And no day so dope. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8 subscriber, I'm a fat go so. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. KFARR finally got his shit together.
Bella's actually got caught up in the other camera cord and pulled it out, so that's fine.
Oh,
I guess we're just gonna call it for that one.
Of course. We have my co-hosts here. We have Zena. Zena, look alive. And we have Ava. Also here. We will start them off with a couple of milk bones. As you guys know, if you support either of our channels while we are on air, these beasts get a little itty bitty mini milk bone on air. And KFARR's got it.
Yeah, she isn't as fun as Dexter. She doesn't like doing it up.
I think it's funny that we have matching dogs.
Yeah, that's why I brought up this one and not Dexter.
The only difference is mine have pink noses and yours has a black nose.
There we go. She just tried to turn on my Xbox.
There you go. All right. So anytime throughout tonight's program, if anybody decides that we are doing a swell job, what is happening in your office?
That was my Xbox turning on because she hit it.
Okay, fun.
That's what life I'm living right now. What are you drinking today?
I have water. Sorry.
That's lame.
I forgot. When we start the first video, I will go to the refrigerator. I forgot to go to the beer fridge.
As if I'm not drinking Angry Orchard, which is the equivalent of apple juice.
That's my favorite, though. That's my favorite thing to drink during booze and body cams. And I was at Kroger. I was at Kroger today, and I meant to get Angry Orchard or any kind of cider, really, and I totally forgot. Let's just check the chat. Hello to everyone here. The puppies want to play Paws of Duty. Correct. Welcome, everyone. Oh, look at a special delivery. Do you want to say hi to the people? Thank you. Here, turn this way. It's my delivery man.
God damn.
He brought me a beer. So I'm just drinking a Coors Light is what I'm drinking.
Classy.
Oh, I thought I told you to get in the basement.
Know your place.
Oh, man. So we'll get to the first video. So this one has a backstory. And I think, did we cover it together? Or did you cover it and I was just in the chat? I can't remember.
I've been covering him for as long as he's been in the 23rd District Court.
I think I was on when you covered with you this most recent. I think this body cam is of the recent court case. What happened with the recent court case?
Yeah, so it's going to be Eric Martin. You guys know Eric Martin. The Scootergate court case that he just lost, got embarrassed in court. This is the body cam for that. Thank you, Bama Mike. And the officers in Taylor are very, very knowledgeable, and they punk him in this video, which
you sent it to me earlier today, and I did watch some of it, and it's breathtaking. I think is the only word to describe it. When a sovereign citizen comes across a cop that knows his shit. So let's walk into it, or let's get into it, and I want the chat to let me know if you also think it is breathtaking. Here we go.
You got your license with you?
No, I'm not driving, so I don't need a license.
You are driving.
Driving is a commercial term under U.S. Supreme Court case. Penn Hollows 1.
Does it sound quiet to you? It sounds quiet to me.
It might sound quiet to me. Oh, no. It sounds good to me. I think he's just quiet. Let me just touch on this.
Yes.
Before we get too far into this. He's trying to misquote Black's Law Dictionary, 2nd edition, from fucking way back. We're on, I believe, the 12th edition. Came out last January, and he's using the 2nd edition. which it's free on the internet. That's why he uses it. But
He
he's
also
intentionally
quotes laws that have been there's like when a law has a new law, and like the cop will say later, like the slavery clause has been overturned, so we don't use that anymore.
Well,
I mean,
he's misquoting things. He's trying to quote Supreme Court cases, and it's like like you just said, there's a Supreme Court case. Let me grab my little book here with cases because I added a new one today.
whip out your Black's Law dictionary.
So because I'm me, I just randomly write down random Supreme Court cases that have to do with things that I talk about. You got the Thompson v. Smith, the apparently Delaware versus Prose from 1979. That's the new one I added. Hendrick v. Maryland, the old go-to one.
Yep.
Those are from 1915, 1930, and 1979.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
So I just shotgunned all over his Supreme Court cases that he more than likely is misquoting. And then this officer quotes something.
Wren versus U.S., which I have pulled up to read later, by the way.
But yeah, he's misquoting Black's Law Dictionary second edition by saying, oh, it's in commerce, because he doesn't comprehend what the term employee means.
Yes.
It just means to make use of something.
Weapons wants to know if we're going to see Chicken Man. We are. It's the second video we have pulled up, but we're going to watch this one first because it's so good. Well, really, we could do a whole episode on this case, but no, we're just going to do this one, and then we'll get into.
And then to add on the, what is it, the one or is it two domestic violences he has against his family members?
I think it's two, yeah.
But he is studying to be a master magician, I believe his Facebook said. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this up.
I think in this video as well, he quotes he like cites a Facebook page as his.
Oh yeah, because he's
evidence.
been stating he like finds gurus that put out bullshit and then saves it and goes, "Well, look, officer, it's a Facebook video."
Obviously, if it's on Facebook,
cool.
It's true.
Yeah, if it's on Facebook, it must be true.
Yeah.
Carrying passengers or property for hire is someone driving. So I'm not driving, I'm traveling privately, I'm not carrying passengers or property for hire. Therefore, don't need a license under U.S. Supreme Court cases. And Hollows and there's many more that say the same thing.
All right. Can you step out the vehicle for me? Do you have any weapons or anything?
No, I got a knife in here.
Okay, don't reach for it. Can you come over this way?
Yeah, grab a key here.
Is there if I search you real quick?
Well, I'm not authorizing, but I mean, if you're gonna.
I mean, I'm not telling you you have to. I'm just asking yes or no. Can I search?
Enforce my right, I'm not saying yes. You have no reason to do all this.
Okay, I do have a reason to stop you. Your moped's not or it doesn't have a registration sticker display, so that's the reason for the stop today. Okay.
So, like I said, so that's why I'm in the process. I'm gonna be getting a class action going to make that clear in the state laws. Understand, there's an assumption under maybe state law, but see, they don't, like I said, they don't make it clear though in state law that the U.S. Supreme Court case says this. So that needs to be cleared up, and I'm working on doing this with all the United States. I already called Jeffrey Feiger's firm to see if they're going to do this. I want them to do this, so
Jeffrey
this shit might be
Feiger ain't gonna
happening.
help
So
you.
this shit shouldn't be happening because, like I said,
I saw that.
Yeah, Jeffrey Feiger ain't gonna help him out. Greg gifted 5 memberships. That is a full-blown moped. I believe Colin or Mike coined it Scootergate. That whole court case. And just so you guys know, like I wasn't making it up. Oh God. He's working towards being a master magician, the real stuff, not the fake tricks. That's literally what he posted.
The real stuff.
Yeah, the real stuff, not fake tricks. So he's
Thank you,
going legit.
Thank you so much, Greg Joning, for the 5 gifted memberships over on KFARR's channel. KFARR appreciates it. I appreciate it.
And
Ava
just so
appreciates
everybody
it,
knows,
and Xena appreciates it.
that is the fake BSBT that's here now. The real BSBT was here earlier. He keeps posting a date. I think it's like 2/5/2025. I think BSBT might finally man up and turn himself in on his warrant that day. I think that's what he's trying to say, but He never answers me when I ask him.
I don't think that that's happening. Hate to break.
No, I don't. I don't think Josh has the testicular fortitude.
No.
To turn himself in, but we'll see.
Okay, how stinking cute are these? Is Ava right now? How cute is she? All right, I just wanted you guys to see my dogs. I'm a crazy dog mom. I hate that so much. I hate when people say dog mom. Why did I just say that? Okay.
And remember, if you guys do $20, Bella gets to eat a genuine cow kneecap. Because that's what we do around here.
We have the special treats over here too.
Yeah, that's what we do around here.
$20 on the KD. Actually, $20 on my channel, and I'll go get the duck feet from the other room. I have the dentist sticks here, but I'll get the actual duck feet.
Oh, now she's sniffing the.
I'll even put the
kneecaps.
Microphone up to them so you can hear the duck feet.
I will not do that. I will not be doing
that. That's the grift today. If somebody donates $20 on my channel, I will put the microphone up to their faces while they crunch duck bones. I don't know why anybody would want that.
U.S. Supreme Court already made it clear. It's a human right to travel. Okay, so as part of our human right to travel, they already made it clear we do not need a license, we don't need registration, insurance, supercars, all this. So, but it just needs to be made clear. So please understand this clearly, so people won't be stopped and harassed and bothered with this when it's clearly a human right to travel. It's only when for commercial purposes do we need a license. Like when you're working as an employee for an employer, that's when you need a driver license. That's clear if you look at Black's Law Dictionary. The definition of driver makes that clear in the Black's Law Dictionary in the U.S. Supreme Court cases.
Yeah. Do you have an ID with you?
Yeah.
Can I see that?
Yeah. Must I?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm requiring.
I don't want to, but I don't want to, refuse neither one hand, but.
Okay. Maybe you would just come over here and see on the front bumper here. Woody, can you stay with him? He also says he's a fanny pack.
Just for self-defenses and the job I work on cutting boxes.
What I'm going to have you do, just so that no one rear ends our car, since you're sitting at the front of it, I don't want you to get hurt. Why don't you sit down on the curb? Because if you get rear-ended, if our car gets rear-ended, you're going to get killed.
Yeah.
Why don't you sit down for a second? That way you're off the roadway.
Okay, I'll just stand. That's okay.
That's fine.
All right. No, I don't, because... Then... Maybe, what am I showing? I don't know, I think underneath here something, some type of dent piece might be the metal right there or something.
Can we pause it real quick?
Certainly not filled as...
Let me see here. Let me scroll down. Somebody made a claim. Tim Hicks. Come on, KFARR. You got nothing about his fanny pack. KFARR does own a fanny pack that says Road Pirate.
I have 3.
Yeah. We're about that fanny pack life.
I'm telling you what, when I was walking around DC, the fanny pack was the way to go. Anytime you're on vacation, you need a fanny pack. When this plays, I'm gonna go get my fanny pack and wear it during the show tonight. That's what I'm gonna do.
I've been in prison 24 years and sitting in the ground. It's an 87 model, but something under there, see?
Do you know how many cc's it is?
It's 49 or 50, one of it.
49 or 50. Okay. All right. Could you have him just stand over there?
Yeah. Come on back here, sir. What's your first name?
Eric.
Eric? All right.
Can't wait to read that.
You said you've been to prison before?
Yeah.
How long ago was that you got out?
It was over 2 years ago or so.
2 years ago and out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for nonviolent stuff. Right? Yeah.
All right.
I was a jailhouse lawyer, and that's why I know a lot about this
Okay.
law.
So you're
He was a
actually
jailhouse lawyer.
I'm one of the training officers here, and I'm extremely knowledgeable in laws. In fact, I can cite case laws where most police officers will not. What you're talking about is not a case law. That the most recent U.S. Supreme Court, and you all know that U.S. Supreme Court is the rule of the land.
Top dog, right?
Wren versus U.S. Wren versus U.S. dictates that anybody.
I love this cop. I love this cop. He's not only got the case law just off the top of his head, he is citing it correctly. By the way, fanny pack life.
That's a fancy fanny pack.
It's from Aldi.
Yeah. Did you hear him say that he's a jailhouse lawyer?
Yes. Yeah.
That's not something you should aspire to be.
The cop's like, well, how long have you been out? Or when did you get out? Yeah.
How long have you been out, and are you looking to go back?
Yeah. we can
Because
arrange
it seems
that
like
for
it.
you.
Well, shit, at all the you guys all watched the video that I posted. He got out for like 3 seconds and then immediately got himself put back in jail.
Yep.
Because he can't comprehend. Don't go near your victim. Don't go to their house.
Yeah. And just stop breaking the law altogether. Like altogether. If you're out on parole or out with probation, you can't break any of the laws. Not even the jaywalking. Not even the little laws. You can't break zero of the laws. My sweatshirt's falling off. You can't break any of them.
Operating a motor vehicle that commits a motor vehicle violation under state code, local code, or even anything else is eligible to be stopped and must produce a driver's license. Anybody that doesn't produce a driver's license could be placed under arrest for no operator's license on person. I'll cite you penal code after penal code after penal code. I can cite you case law under state, local.
What did we miss?
You missed something that I was looking forward to reading. Let me scroll down. Black Flaws Fictionary became a member.
Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Let me.
And I was looking forward to saying Black Flaws Fictionary.
Hold on. We'll get there. I have to put it on the screen to give the dogs a treat. How far back are we going?
2018-43.
2018, you say?
Sí, senor.
Señorita, por favor.
Mi gusta tortuga, my pantalones.
All right, that's enough. Black Flaws Fictionary. Thank you so much for becoming a member. KFARR appreciates it. I appreciate it. Ava appreciates it, and Xena especially appreciates it because she's on a diet because her vet says she's fat. So she's.
You know who else says she's fat?
Yes.
This is your shot. I just lined you up. I just alley-oop. That was your chance to take a shot.
What's her name? What the hold on, it'll come to me.
I know it, but this is your shot.
Vestige of Peace says that my dog is fat, and it made me cry. I was so look at her. She just heard it. Do you see her hiding her face? People are fat shaming my dog.
Yeah.
First of all, she's old, so she doesn't get as much exercise as she
Are you
used to.
talking about VOP or your dog?
All of the above. All of the above. First of all, she's an old lady and she doesn't get out much because she's disabled. I'm talking about my dog.
VOP? Oh, damn. You never know. You never know these days. She's like, but Mom, I'm cute. Give me treats.
That's why she gets the itty bitty ones. That's kind of funny how all of those facts line up perfectly.
Yeah, VOP, if you're listening, because I know you are.
I know you are.
Do better.
Yeah. Also,
don't play victim.
How are you going to go in everybody's chat who hasn't banned you yet and lie about what was, it's still on the internet. People can go look at what was said.
Please give me attention.
People can definitely
They said mean things about me.
They can go look at what you said. It's still up there. I promise.
VOP, I look forward to the strongly worded email you're going to send.
She doesn't send emails anymore, KFARR.
Yeah, I was about to say anymore. Yeah, because you can only get shamed so many times for doing that.
I mean, she's out of that email game.
Federal, whatever you want, anything you want. Wren versus U.S. is a thing that applies to all motor vehicle codes in the entire United States. You must have a driver's license. You must have your vehicle registered, and you cannot operate a motor vehicle anywhere in the country unless it is all properly registered, properly insured, if that state requires insurance. Period. End of story.
Okay, now
REN versus U.S. WHREN versus U.S.
even the term motor. Okay, I haven't read that case, but the term I already know they all use the same.
You can't use a dictionary.
Motor.
You cannot use a dictionary.
Not regular.
You cannot use a dictionary.
Black's Law dictionary. That's what the courts go by.
You cannot use a dictionary. All case laws define in
Black's Law dictionary is not law.
It's still a dictionary. You can't use a dictionary.
It is a law dictionary.
It's a special dictionary.
Let me just look this up because I don't want to be wrong. Black's Law dictionary. I want to get the date correct for the version that he's using specifically.
Yeah. What happened? Did you press the wrong buttons?
Maybe I got heated and threw something. I don't know. But Black's Law Dictionary 2nd edition was published in 1910. And he's using the 2nd edition because it's free online. And allegedly the 5th one is free online as well now. And that's from 1979. And like I said,
probably doesn't have the correct verbiage in there, so that's why he's using the 2nd one.
And we're on edition 12 as of the beginning of last year.
Yep.
So catch up.
I'm going to read these couple of paragraphs while we have it. We have it paused. So he's reading something from, what did you say, 1929?
Black's Law Dictionary from 1910.
1910.
Oh, no, yeah. Tell me why I just looked that up, and I'm like, 1996? That was like yesterday.
And what the officer is citing is this case, REN versus U.S. 517 U.S. 806 from 1996. Plainclothes policemen patrolling a high drug area in an unmarked vehicle observed a truck driven by Petitioner Brown waiting at a stop sign at an intersection for an unusually long time. The truck then turned suddenly without signaling and sped off at an unreasonable speed. The officer stopped the vehicle, excuse me, assertedly to warn the driver about traffic violations. Upon approaching the truck, observed plastic bags of crack cocaine in the petitioner Wren's hands. Petitioners were arrested prior to trial on federal drug charges. They moved for suppression of evidence, arguing that the stop had not been justified by either a reasonable suspicion or probable cause to believe petitioners were engaged in illegal drug activity, and that the officer's traffic violation ground for approaching the truck was pretextual. The motion to suppress was denied. Petitioners were convicted and the Court of Appeals affirmed. So, what this means, it says held. The temporary detention of a motorist upon probable cause to believe that he has violated traffic laws does not violate the Fourth Amendment's prohibition against unreasonable seizures, even if a reasonable officer would not have stopped the motorist absent of some additional law enforcement objective. So that's the nuts and bolts of it.
So scroll down a little bit. Do you remember the court case that I said that I found out today?
I don't remember what it was.
Delaware versus Bruce or whatever. That other one. The first one it claims right there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll read the next two paragraphs. How about that? Detention of a motor. Sorry, go ahead.
That one is, they laid it out for me in the comment section. They lost the case. But then the Supreme Court went on after that to basically say, yeah, licenses are legal. Registering your car, them making you do that, that's legal.
Yep.
And it's just like they lost whatever the case was.
It goes into like how much monetarily, like what a reasonable amount for registration is and stuff like that.
So I'm drawing a blank on what case it was where they're like, you can't make a right a privilege, blah, blah, blah. They're trying, it's about religion. And I forgot if it was going like door to door or like doing it somewhere. That's what they were like, hey, you need to do this there. And they're trying to make that into driver's license.
No.
Bandit, just to break this down for you guys for like the 50th time. It's hard to live in my fiance's parents' house when her mother has a house in a different state and her father's dead.
Is somebody talking about your house?
Yeah, Bandit. Yeah, apparently my father-in-law is literally cremated in a bag 2 feet out of arm's length right now. But I apparently live in his house.
Bandit, just so you're aware, KFARR and Mrs. KFARR have a brand new house that nobody in their family has ever owned before, and they bought it outright. So go
in the drum.
Cluck yourself.
Yeah, who just beat each other off because they're fucking losers.
So sorry, that's the wrong one that I highlighted. Stuff moves.
It happens.
Life to the max. I was just talking about fanny packs, and this fanny pack that I just showed you all, Life to the Max bought me. It is from Aldi, and she had the exact same one. And when we went to the inauguration, they said you couldn't have bags, but they changed the rules while we were in line, and then said you couldn't have fanny packs either. I smuggled my fanny pack in. Life to the Max did not smuggle hers in, had to throw it out, and I bought her a new fanny pack, which she received in the mail.
Fake news. Do you want me to grab the bag that has his name on it? Like, I'm so confused. You've been proven wrong. Just simply apologize. That's all I'm asking.
Bandit, I'm curious, what do you think is fake? I'll wait while you type in the chat. What news do you think is fake? That he lives in a new house?
Like, you can see my office is completely new, but okay.
I can attest, Bandit. I will swear on, I have 2 Bibles right here. I will swear on either one of them that I sent him my housewarming gift to a completely different address than the one he used to live at. And he received it. And I got a thank you text.
I did indeed. Do you want to know what was sent to me? I'll show it on screen. And I guess we can pitch this as well. The KFARR merch store.
Oh.
Link is probably in the description. This is what was sent to me.
Let's get that.
I clearly have it there. Hey, I wore it for one whole video.
Did you?
And then decided it was a lot easier to show people my shirt by doing this than standing up every 2 seconds.
By the way, guys, if you would like to have that beautiful merchandise, you can go to KTZed.com. That's KTZed, ZED.com. And you can get all the stuff there. KFARR's collection is right here on top. This is the shirt that he has. I believe
that's the exact shirt
in the gray colors, the one that I purchased for him. But if you like my stuff, or if you like Xena and Ava, they have merchandise here too. Look at how cute this is. The Xena, True Crime with Xena, featuring KTZed. And of course, it's got a picture of her laying down because that's what she does best. You can get that coffee mug over there too. There's other creators there. The one I like to point out is the Crisis King collection, because every single penny that we make from the Crisis King collection goes to onemorechild.org. And a couple of my friends and I designed these shirts ourselves, and I think they turned out pretty good. We got the Chad Jesus shirt. Anyway, that's the pitch.
Apparently, Bandit thinks I make $131 a month. You must not be familiar with YouTube or my channel. But seeing as how I know the people you support, I'm not shocked by that dumbass comment.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to say I have less than half as many subscribers as you, and I make more than that on YouTube.
I made that yesterday, Bandit. I made that yesterday. Bandit, I understand that you apparently hate people with cancer and think they shouldn't be taken care of. But I left my job. Apparently, me leaving my job to take care of a man with cancer means that I don't have an actual job and that I'm claiming I'm retired. My guy.
Working for yourself is not retired. It's actually more work, in my opinion, because I have an actual I have 2 extra jobs that I do that I work for myself for. And I put more time and effort into that than the job that pays me better that I go to from 9 to 5.
This is the problem with Bandit is he's been in his echo chamber for too long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh, I'm going to say something dumb. I'm going to agree to the dumb thing you said.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it goes. So eat a dick, Bandit. I hope you choke. On to the
Bandit,
video.
you're welcome to come hang out on my channel. You seem to be nicer to me than you are to KFARR. I'm not sure why, but
I don't-
you must have rubbed him the wrong way.
Is the KFARR blow-up doll still available?
Yes,
If it was available, everyone in the drama community would have one.
because they would want to F it. That's why. They would want to
All day
snuggle
and
with
night
it,
and then-
cuddle with it.
And then talk about it and share videos on
Yep.
Discord. Good times.
In the case themselves, what a motor vehicle is, what a driver's license is, it's all defined in case laws. You can't use some random dictionary that you have.
This Black's Law and Bouvier's Law Dictionary says what I said about the definition of a driver.
Doesn't matter what
strictly
black.
commercial, and even the motor vehicle, that term in itself, that's strictly a commercial. It's only when you're doing a commercial as an employee.
No.
It's yeah, that's what the
No.
U.S. Supreme Court in Penhollow. Look up Penhollow, and it says that
Ren
there's
versus
many more
US
cases.
defines what motor vehicles are.
It's strictly commercial.
No.
Yeah, I already know. It's
No, you're wrong. Okay.
I know I'm-
And so what I'm trying to tell you is that I want you to be educated on the law. And it's not too often that I run into
always
people
push
that do
myself
cite case law,
Right.
but you're incorrect in it. You're incorrect. Okay. I don't mind I tell people the law all the time.
Right.
I like doing it, especially when someone's educated on it. But right now you're not educated
This
correctly.
cop is so good.
I think he enjoys. I like doing it with people who are educated in law. I don't believe that. I think he enjoys situations like this where he's like, "Oh, you're dumb."
We
gonna
know
make
what
fun
he
of
was
you."
saying.
Yeah.
we know what he
And
meant.
I hated this because I used to have the exact same shirt that he's wearing.
What shirt
The
is it?
Corona shirt. It's like a Corona
Oh.
tank top.
Wow,
If I still had it, I would throw it away.
I would definitely.
What kind of pants is he
On it.
wearing?
So
Come on, those are the coolest things ever. He's a
I
master
actually-
magician. Okay.
I kind of like those shorts. I would wear maybe not the Bermuda length or whatever, but I would definitely wear that pattern for sure.
I'd rather have this conversation so that you, from going forward, know the law, cite the case. It's perfect because we all got to abide by the same thing.
I gotta
Ren
have my
versus
phone.
U.S.
First of
You
all,
got it.
if you still had it, I would expect you to be wearing it right now.
It's true. I would have thrown it on for this video. And
Exactly.
called it a day, called it a career, gave it a
Yeah.
Viking funeral.
Site,
got
I
it.
got it download. I downloaded on my Facebook page. What? See Facebook. Okay, there's me, right?
Yeah.
Boom, look. Where'd it go? I downloaded some of these videos and these case law, these sites where they say straight from the U.S. Supreme Court. Now these are my download videos. I'm trying to find it where it says specifically that the whole driving thing and
It says Pacifically. It says Pacifically.
You
on
watched
this
his court
Facebook.
case. You
I
watched
did.
his court case. He's not a smart man.
It says Pacifically on this Facebook that I'm citing.
It's like the flat earthers. Well, I saw it on TikTok. I saw it on TikTok, therefore it's correct.
I pressed the wrong button.
Rats to the moon. Yo. His pants look like an Arizona iced tea can.
I
Accurate.
like them. I like
dig-
them a lot.
I dig it.
only because it's a human right to travel. It's under the Due Process Clause of the Michigan Federal Constitution. And the U.S. Supreme Court already said states have no right to dictate, require you for a license. It's part of the liberty, the right to life, liberty, of property without due process.
versus U.S.
I never read that one, but
Well, you need to read it before you start
I
citing
will,
incorrect
but I know it ain't no
cases.
different from the rest of the cases that already made the law clear that we
Yes,
don't
it
need
is.
that we
Yes,
don't
it
need a
is.
license when it's non-commercial. Only when you're an employee do you
Listen,
need a license.
I will spell the case for you. W-H-R-E-N versus U.S.
W-H.
R-E-N versus U.S.
Right.
Ren versus
I'll
U.S.
check it out, but
Okay? So that's why we are stopping you. You violated
Yeah.
a Michigan Motor Vehicle Code law, and that's why we're having contact with you. Okay?
but
You are
I'm in my rights to travel under the U.S. Supreme Court case law.
you are required by state law, which is governed under Ren versus U.S., to have your vehicle properly registered, because the state of Michigan is allowed to create laws, as every state is allowed to create their own laws as long as it doesn't conflict with federal law. And the state of Michigan, just like every other state in this union, has required a registration for all vehicles. You must register your vehicle, regardless of whether it's commercial or private. you must register your motor vehicle.
The reason why they didn't, and the U.S. Supreme Court is writing this because see, it's just as a money thing. People want to make money off our right. They're trying to turn our right to travel into a privilege, but it's not. See, right to travel. So the term motor vehicle means every description of carriage or other contrivance, whatever, propelled or drawn by mechanical power.
Is he trying to say conveyance?
I don't know. That's the problem with these. That's the problem with the sovereign citizen, frauditor, Moorish shit. They're all how can I word this correctly and not call them what I want to call them? They are some of the least educated people floating around Earth. Yet they claim to be like Supreme Court level legal minds.
I have seen, well, not sovereign citizens. Never mind. I take it back. I was going to say I saw a First Amendment auditor channel the other day that actually was pretty good, and he was very polite, and he stood back and he explained everything well.
Who was it? I want names.
I'll let you know. I can't remember, but I was hanging out somewhere. I think I was hanging out on GS's chat and somebody suggested it. And I watched some of it. They said that he would be a good person to interview. You know how I interviewed North Georgia Audit and, he said he was more similar to like that sort of style. So.
Yes, Courtney, he's butarded. Which is around something similar as I wanted to say, but yeah, he's trying to say, oh, they didn't require you to have a license, but what is it, Hendrick versus Maryland or Thompson v. Smith? I'm spacing out on which one it was. Literally said the states have the right to require you to have a driver's license, and I said in my last video, to my knowledge, all 50 states require you to have a driver's license.
Yeah,
but because Jesus of sovereign citizens said otherwise.
He brought me. It's got a little bow on top.
Solid.
How cute is that? Thank you. All right. Sorry, I got distracted by my cute little tissue bow.
Inland Audit Media.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one.
Never heard of him.
I watched a couple of his videos and it was very good. I might reach out to him and see if he would allow me to interview him. He was polite and he explained things and he didn't raise his voice or try to cause a scene or anything. It was wonderful. Thank you whoever said that. Thank you. That is the one. All right, continue with the video.
And used for commercial purposes, even commercial keyword, on the highways and transportation of passengers of property or cargo. The term used for commercial purposes means the carriage of persons or property for any fare, fee, rate, charge, directly or indirectly in connection with any business, or other undertaking intended for profit.
I'm familiar with what you're saying.
That's the federal statute, section 31. Not that's more. I'm not done. But that's the federal statute. We're going to go more.
Look up Wren versus U.S.
But first, let me go on right. This is the license. Look, travel by right. No one may be required. This is the U.S. Supreme Court talking.
You're not going to convince me.
No one may be required to obtain a license in order to speak. Thus, the state can no more license the appellant's right to travel in his automobile. See, automobile is different than motor vehicle. Automobile is when your personal, vehicle, not motor vehicle, which is commercial only. So automobile. See, it's these word games. They're tricking us on her.
It's word games. He's absolutely correct. Bingo, ding, ding, ding. It's word games. He's talking about freedom of speech. He's talking about needing a license to preach on a street corner is what he's talking about.
And he's trying to translate that into, oh yeah, I don't need a license to drive this several ton vehicle at ridiculous speeds that could easily kill someone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like not the same thing.
Making clear.
Exactly. And I think it's hilarious that he brings up word games. Like it's almost like he's projecting.
Oh yeah, especially after you heard him in court.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you guys haven't pronounced something slightly different than usual or slightly different than it's intended, it doesn't change the meaning.
When
just makes you look dumb.
When this is over, go back and watch that one. You should link it in the description of the whenever we're done. Link it in the description for people to go watch it. The court case he represented himself, first of all, which is always great viewing. It was definitely worth the watch.
GS
And a lot of
banned
us
you.
don't know.
Rumor has it Bandit. GS banned you because you're a pussy. Rumor has it. Just saying. That's the message I was sent.
Do you know who banned me? Tyrants beware banned me. I've never said a mean word in his chat. I don't violate terms of
I've
service
been
on
banned.
anyone's
I've been
channel.
banned.
And not only did he ban me, he banned my backup channel, which I only
almost-
go and use. And then my friend Winter texted me and said, "I can't see you chatting." I'm like, what? I'm
Yeah,
banned? What?
I've been banned from that page for a long time. Once you expose that somebody
But
tried to
here's
hurt
the thing.
kids and
I've
don't
never
like that.
said anything about him on my channel. I've never said anything negative to him in his own chat. I've only commented. I'm a commenter. If
Yeah.
you're gonna ban people who disagree with you, it's not great. It's not a good look.
Especially if you're a channel like him that covers what he does and is that size. If you ban everybody who disagrees with you, you're gonna run out of people to watch your videos real quick.
Yes.
Mag D5 brings up a great point. I have never flown an aircraft or have a pilot's license. Would you trust me to fly you on your next vacation? No.
Nope. I don't. You know what though? It depends. Have you done the flight simulator at all?
Have you played Microsoft's flight simulator?
Flight
have you
sim.
flown the plane in Grand Theft Auto? These are the questions we need to ask.
I did do a whole show about the Sky King, who had also never flown an airplane before, but did play flight sim, and he managed. He didn't land, obviously, but he did fly the plane. He was able to take off.
Cool Clearwater family. Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for being here. Tell Papa we said hello. Well, he can hear us. Hello. Welcome.
So automobile, then it
Ren
could
versus U.S. doesn't make it clear.
then it could license his right to print or to speak, for they are all inalienable rights. That means can be
I know what
taken
it
away. Thomas versus Collins, U.S. Supreme Court, 1944. Okay, see? So the license to right to travel. And that's not the only one. There's more here.
So when Ren versus U.S. is decided after that, it trumps it.
Rem didn't. No, there's more that after this. Don't believe me. There's more U.S. after this. I'm trying to find it. There's
Navy
more.
Girl brings up
Until-
a good point, and I hate to keep talking instead of watching the video, but Navy Girl brings up a good point. It wasn't before it got to where it finished his case about the right to travel. I'm drawing a blank on what judge and what prosecutor, but he tried to submit a document of all the court cases that agree with him. And the prosecutor came back on the next call and said, okay, I looked some of these up. Most of them aren't about what you're claiming they're about, and other ones don't exist at all. So what he's reading may not actually even exist.
He got it off of a Facebook page. That's his sources, is his Facebook page.
Okay, Bandit, you gotta stop with the making shit up, bud. You gotta stop. It's a bad look.
What coach? What?
Apparently I don't have a job. The United States government that makes me pay taxes sure as shit thinks I have a job. Thinks I should get a paper route. Apparently having a side gig and taking care of 5 kids. I don't know. I would offer you the BSBT challenge, but again, I think I've said it before. You're a pussy.
Plus, we're not giving out our address anymore, KFARR. We're going to stop doing that, correct?
I don't give out my address. We would meet at a neutral location.
You can meet at my house.
That's fine.
I would like to video that. Thank you.
Yeah, Tim Hicks. I don't think Ranch versus Wingstop is a real case.
I heard Wingstop won, hands down.
I don't know. Ranch held its own.
No, blue cheese wins every time.
Versus U.S., it's not going to mean anything.
Ren never said the human right to travel has been took. I bet you that. I know it
don't know
has.
anything about what Ren says.
It hasn't, but I know it hasn't because it's part of a constitutional right. Like I said, the right to life and liberty.
Please talk about this mustache. I mean, I'm sorry to keep pausing it, but
liberty. They're
Look at the mustache.
That's out of rigs.
That's on purpose. He did that on purpose. That mustache.
Well, let's be honest. He's 50 years old, lives with his brother and sister, beats them, is a sovereign citizen, drives around on a moped at, I don't know. I think Bama might cuts out the timestamp, but looks late at night. He doesn't exactly have it all going for him. Just saying.
So life choices are not his strong suit.
Exactly.
talking about this is part of the liberty, the right to travel from here to there, not be dictated. Oh, you got to get license. We want to make money.
When
Some
a traffic stop
scumbags.
is affected, what amendment is it under?
14th, under the federal Michigan Constitution, due process.
Search and seizure.
No, the right to life and liberty without due process of law. This falls on the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution.
You're right. On a traffic stop, you're seized under the 4th Amendment. When you have a traffic stop.
No, see, I'm saying the 14th Amendment dictates the right to the people have life, liberty, or property. Okay, that liberty, separate that liberty, that freedom. That's where the right to travel falls under that. To travel. Yes, then there's also a human right under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights to travel, not being dictated by a human. It's like you can't license you to walk from here to here.
That's true.
Would that be wrong? That's why, because it's the human right to travel.
No, that's true. You are correct on that.
Just like a motorcycle, car, none of it, because
that's wrong.
No, because that's trying to turn a right into a privilege, and therefore just some scumbags make money off of things. They're making millions of dollars. Oh, get a license, registration, insurance. Why? Because some scumbag wants to make money. Yeah, that's all that's going on. But think how wrong that is, because someone is trying to dictate you, or you know what I mean? To turn a right into a privilege and make money off your right to travel. That's
I'm not going to debate on what
you want to know what the right to travel is.
I'm not diving into that. What I'm diving.
Yes.
I've talked about this a gajillion times. Sinise versus Roe from 1999 talked about the right to travel and found that although the right to travel was not explicitly mentioned in the Constitution, here's the three components of the right to travel. The right to enter one state and leave another, the right to be treated as a welcome visitor rather than a hostile stranger, and for those wanting to become permanent residents, the right to be treated equally to native-born citizens. You notice how at no point does it say willy-nilly in a car that could kill someone.
Nothing about that.
No.
Zero language.
My guy, you got feet. Do work.
Those boots were made for walking.
Yeah, it's like almost like there's a whole song about it.
Getting into is I enforce the will of the people. The will of the people have governed that this law states that you must have a motor vehicle registered.
It's only when you're driving. Driving is only when it's commercial. It's only when it can be. Not when you're like me. I'm not driving. I'm not commercial. I'm in my right to travel privately, non-commercially. Sure I am. The U.S. Supreme Court said it. So remember, this was supposed to follow it.
Ren versus U.S.
They didn't say. I bet you got to look at the definition. They said. Did they say they only have to do it when you're driving, right? Yes or no?
I've read it.
Okay, you got to look in the term.
I'm encouraging you to read it.
Driving it. I will read. I read all of them.
Until you do, we can.
But
this
I know it has
a moot conversation.
But I know. See, what you're probably not understanding is that definition they're using driving. And you gotta look at the term what driving means and what motor vehicle. See, I just showed you what motor vehicle means under the federal statute.
Right.
18 U.S.C. Section 31.
You're
motor
citing
vehicle
older case laws.
This is a federal statute.
You're citing older case laws.
Well, that wasn't. That don't mean it hasn't been overruled though. It's still current case laws now that say the same thing.
Ren versus U.S.
Number 39.
We're never going to get through this, but he's wearing his phone as a necklace, and I think it's hilarious. He's got a phone necklace.
He's not all there. I'm assuming he does that so he doesn't lose it.
I mean, I maybe could use that. Just saying.
It would violate the human right to travel. They even did it.
Yes,
They're not going to. I know. No.
Here's an example of it.
Right.
Just like any other case law, like when segregation was allowed, and then there was case law that was generated that overruled it because it was the most recent case law. Then that case law overtook everything.
Well,
when Ren versus U.S. overtakes a previous case law, the case laws you're citing, then your case law has now become a moot point.
No, listen, just because there's a newer case law, it only supersedes it and makes it no good if they overrule it on that area of law. But just
trying to debate case law with me.
I studied law 26 years.
That female cop. That female cop's like, good luck with that. He's trying to debate case law with me. She knows this officer. She knows he knows his shit.
He has it memorized. He has all like.
He got some stuff memorized, I see, but he's wrong in saying just because the case is like this 1944 case, I decided I have a right to travel, right?
Okay.
It's a human right. And I just showed him 1944 U.S. Supreme Court case.
What I come to?
And he's saying just because some
He
other
says he has the
Did you
right
say,
to travel
yeah,
based on a case
okay.
on a statute from 1944, but I said Wren versus U.S. has trumped that.
No, not the statutes in 1944. The statute, I don't know when that was decided, but it's an 18 section 31.
Yeah.
That makes it clear the motor vehicle is strictly, that's a term that's commercial only. I don't know when that was decided. It's the
Wren. We're standing here. We got time.
Right.
My partner's doing stuff. Look it up. Wren versus U.S. I told you how to spell it. Read it. It's a long decision. Yep. Look it up.
But I know there's several other U.S. Supreme Court that's current anyways. Like,
if Wren was not the most current one, I would cite the most current one. And if it changes Wren, then I wouldn't even cite Wren. Wren is the most current one.
Well, it might be current, but you gotta understand the area law that you decide.
It is the applicable one.
All right, sir. I'm gonna get you on your way here. You're getting citations. I think we can both agree there was some parts of the law we disagreed on, and maybe some parts maybe we did agree on. You know, like I asked to search you, you said no, and I respected that, right? Okay, so you're getting a citation for driving unsuspended. You're getting a citation for registration violation. Moped of this size has to have a moped registration. In Michigan, you only have to have a moped registration. It's like $15 at the Secretary of State, and you actually aren't required to have insurance on a moped.
I'll win this in court. Remember I told you now I will win this in court because the U.S. Supreme Court supports me. So hopefully you guys don't bother people about this anymore, but I will win in court. Because like us, the U.S. Supreme Court supports that I have the right to travel. We all do in our cars. We need to stop paying for insurance for a car. If we're not traveling.
I understand your argument. I just disagree with it.
Right.
All right? But
I hear you, but it's wrong.
Since you are getting a citation, then you have this incident documented for yourself. You got to take care of this within 14 days at the 19th District Court of Dearborn. There's the phone number right there. Legally, I have to tell you not to drive. I'm not going to stick around here.
I'm not driving. Driving is only a commercial term. That's what we got to get clear on. Driving is commercial only when you're an employee working for an employer. The U.S. Supreme Court's cases made this clear.
He's still arguing.
This is why, look, I'm going to get an injunction in the court where they're going to order all police officers being harassed. This is why I'm already in the process of doing this, so I don't be harassed. I already had this in place. I already contacted Jumping Flag, like I said. There's been an injunction I'm going to get. All the United States cops will not harass people about the right to travel. They're supposed to be asked, are you driving commercially or are you traveling non-commercially? I'm not traveling. I'm traveling non-commercially. Okay, and I'm not supposed to therefore not ask about your ID, driver license, none of that.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I'm going to get an injunction to make this clear in conformity with the U.S. Supreme Court case law. And yeah.
Did you just get out, or was it a while?
No, it's been like 2 years or something.
Okay.
I've been out for a while, but this is why I was.
I know. Probably one of the reasons you're probably a little bit more frustrated is like your driving status is suspended, which makes it tougher.
I'll hire a lawyer actually to go ahead.
I don't know if you're that interested, but they did change some of the stuff recently to make it easier to get licenses back. I mean, it's
probably why people in the channel like I'm just like maybe I don't know. But
so they changed some of it. You might want to look into that. Maybe you're not interested in that, you know. That's one option. And I do understand your argument.
There we go.
Just let me finish what I gotta say, and then me and you both can leave this situation, okay? I have to advise you not to drive that, and now we're going to leave, okay?
But no other mode of road transportation. I go to work all the way to Detroit.
This one's for you.
Oh, what? For $2, doggy treat fund plus request for a screaming varmint. What is that?
A screaming varmint?
What is that?
You talking about Bandit?
Oh, I hope not.
Thank you for the super chat on KFARR's channel. He definitely appreciates it. I appreciate it. And guess who appreciates
The
it
dogs
the
definitely
very
appreciate it more.
most? These two. Somebody asked earlier if they were siblings. They are not. They are both adopted. They're not even the same breed, if you can believe that. There you go.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was only out for 2 years before this happened.
2 years.
2 years.
It's hard to stay out of trouble when you're an idiot.
I have several cases of those people on my channel.
It's ridiculous. I'm 47. I'm being,
Oh, the screaming gopher.
But
The screaming gopher? What is that? Did I miss something? What's a screaming gopher?
Just knocked that off my coaster. I believe the screaming goat, or not screaming goat, screaming gopher. Is that a Law Talk with Mike thing?
Oh, I did a screaming peacock impression one time on Many Such Cases. It was hilarious.
Oh, I forgot. He said he hired a lawyer. I'm going to call bullshit on that because he's been through like 5 different attorneys.
He hired one of his soft sit friends.
Cases. It's like, I hired a lawyer, Jeffrey Feiger. I called him.
That would be
clearly he hasn't done
hilarious.
anything.
It would be hilarious if it's just another SOVs that he hired BSBT.
This is Joshua
Before.
Peter Lanto Esquire.
Yeah. All right, we're letting it play till the end now. We're letting it play. No more pausing.
that's why I'm going to clear this up with the court. And have the court order you guys and everyone, all the police officers.
You do have your day in court.
Right.
Your radio.
So, but
Doing.
well, like I said, I just want to ask that you guys look
Car
at the
2,
word
can you show
drive,
me
look under
on a
black
follow
box.
at 1421 Riverside,
And
checking
I don't
for the
know,
vehicle.
Statutes might make it clear too, but driving restricted commercial. It's only driving. It doesn't apply to someone unless they are employees.
I understand your
So there's no. I just asked that you look up Black's Law Dictionary and determine.
Why are we still having this debate right now?
I was talking to him, debating and having fun all the time. He was just his thing here so that he can
Then
use
the hollow
his
was
thing
one. Plus, they just showed
uninterrupted.
him.
I'll look it up. I mean,
But I just showed
Now it's just look at this. Just look around. There's like bugs like this. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. One got in my car and
I
had
really
to.
understand this, and you guys don't care what, but it is really the law. That's what I'm saying. This is why I was going to wait till I hired a lawyer to get my license on this, so I don't have to deal with this bullshit, right? Then I learned the law on this after. Then I said, well, you know what? Well, after that, I don't be scared.
Hey, let's go pull over that patrol car.
Hold on.
But
Okay.
at the same time, I want to lighten you guys on this, but
You guys gotta run.
I showed him.
We're just making up calls now. Like, dude, we gotta go.
You can win $1,000 a day for life.
Wait, every single day? Yeah. So I start lucky Mondays.
You get $1,000 every day for life.
TGIN, baby, and every other day too.
Daily Monday through Thursday, and online at oilg.ca.
Extra only. Save $1 on pickles, frozen entrees, now only 88 cents. Walmart. Save money, live better. See flyer for details.
Transform your bedroom to a sleep oasis. Designed with massage features and a bedroom.
He did not win his argument.
Okay, we're out
No.
for the fire. Woo!
All right. So that was that. What did you guys
Yeah.
think? I asked my chat if how did I word it? It
If he was nice or if he was a good officer.
Is this police officer too kind? 80% of people out there said yes, the officer was too kind to him. 20% said no, he was not too kind. I think he was the right amount of kind. I think the officer was enjoying himself, in my opinion.
Ed, no, this isn't why he keeps going to jail. The reason he keeps going to jail is regarding his domestic against his brother, I want to say.
And sister, right?
I think they might be separate cases. I think they're just doing the brother for now, but he goes to jail, gets out of jail because they're like, even when I worked, they're like, oh, domestic violence charge, personal bond, which I think is idiotic at best. But
Yeah.
he literally left jail and went right to the house. So he got picked up again. And then for his last case, they're like, okay, cool. You've been in jail for 30 something days.
Yep.
You can't afford bond. You can get out. But here are the conditions of you getting out. Don't go back to the house. And then he decided to overtalk his attorney. How can you tell me not to go back to my house that I've been in for 40 years? Blah, blah, blah.
You get
My
an
brother
escort.
made up those stories.
Yeah, you get an escort and you go back and you get your stuff and you find a hotel like Blanco.
It turns out if you go to White Lake, Michigan, I can give you the names of some pretty shitty rundown motels that DSPT stays in.
I heard there's 2 of them.
You guys can split a fucking twin bed.
Yeah. Get a suite. Splurge a little bit. Take all that YouTube money and splurge a little bit.
Yeah. All the YouTube money. Yeah. Whose YouTube money? Not Josh's. That's for fucking sure.
I just want to say thank you, Bandit, for obeying the rules over on my channel. He is behaving himself, from what I can tell. I appreciate that.
Bandit, I appreciate for your sake you not coming over to my chat because they're absolutely roasting you.
Yeah. Okay, so Chicken Man goes off on his neighbor and the cops.
I had to explain what Chicken Man was to somebody today.
I refer you to.
Was it like Taco Terry in like a taco suit? Was it just a chicken? No. It's better.
I said
pretending he was a chicken.
Colin was playing this. Colin was playing this video on his channel the other day, and somebody in the chat said, "Why would the wife call the police? The guy was only clucking at the neighbor." And I said, if I was in my house and Dave was, I let him out of the basement, whatever, and he was getting clucked at in the street on our driveway, I too would call the police because I would not want to have to bail my husband out of jail, because that's exactly what would happen.
Yes,
he is antagonizing this guy. He's on his own property.
I don't mean to spoil the video, but didn't the guy park like in the street in front of his house?
He was like
that's
halfway
what caused
in
the entire incident.
He was like halfway in the street, halfway in the driveway, I believe. We'll watch it.
You're going to cluck at me for parking somewhere that I could.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like he was blocking traffic. Like, it's none of that. None of that is happening here. We'll watch the video. You guys tell me what you think. I'll do another poll here in a second.
I refer you to the council meeting where I dangled the 2-quart bag in front of your wife and the mayor and 5 other council members.
All right, and so we are on the record in the matter of the city of Riverview versus Edmund Moss. 2-4R 360496.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Hurley on behalf of the people of the city of Riverview.
My name is Edmund Moss.
Okay, thank you.
Before we get too deep into this is Old Squishy Gardener's channel. And I'm going to put the link in the chat for his channel.
And I'm glad Judge DeSanto's back. I believe she lost her channel for a time.
Oh.
Somebody in chat correct me. Somebody called in and was just like, I'm going to go to Zoom court and just play porn. So YouTube, I believe it was YouTube took her channel down for it.
Oh no.
And it's just like, can you do that? Like, it's a government YouTube page.
Would assume whoever did that. I mean, they can track IP. They can track IP addresses and stuff like that. I would assume that would be contempt of court. I would think that's the charge. And if it was porn, it could be sexual assault as well. It really could be.
I have to assume that they got it. Let's just leave it at that. They got it.
Yeah.
I hope you all have a great evening, and remember, clucking in moderation only. Mr. Zed coming in clutch.
Oh.
Porn bomb. Yep. Good. I'm glad I have it. Yeah, it was a porn bomb during a Zoom court.
I kind of want to follow up on that and see what happened, what laws were broken. I mean, it's got to be some sort of indecency. Like, children watch that, so maybe something to do with children. I'm not sure, but there's got to be a long list.
I watch that, and I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, there's got to be a laundry list of charges.
And so today is the date scheduled for a formal hearing in this matter. And counsel?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Preliminarily there, I have 2 witnesses that are present. I don't know if you want to
He looks like a
sequester, but more importantly, the video that Mr. Moss submitted to the court, it's a YouTube link and it was submitted by email. We would want to use that, play it somehow during the course of the proceeding. I could play it on my phone. I don't know if the court has had a chance to review it or how you want to proceed in terms of presenting it during the course of the hearing.
Okay, a couple things. We will do a mutual sequestration order.
Sequestration.
So who are the two witnesses that the court needs
Mr.
to?
Calipori, the neighbor, and the officer, Sean O'Neill.
Sorry.
Lieutenant, I believe.
Lieutenant. Okay.
Lieutenant O'Neill.
Okay, so I'm going to have.
Hello, Colin and Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know you guys watched this over there the other day, but we need to comment on it. When I was in Colin's chat, I said we need to play this on Booze and Bodycams because it's too much to type. I had too many comments to type them all. So we're doing it now. Chicken Man. We just started this case.
The two of you please step out until it is time for your testimony. Okay, as far as the video, neither one of you brought any device to play the video to share it with the court, whether it's screen share or otherwise?
No, I just have it on my phone, Your Honor. I mentioned to Detective Gentry about this possibility of maybe a laptop or something, and you did not have a laptop.
It's the same thing, it's a link.
It's just a link,
Yeah.
So here's how it should occur. Mr. Moss can play it on his phone and screen share it. I allow screen sharing so that we can all view it at the same time
That's
on
great.
the screen. If I'm just playing a link right here, then nobody else is viewing it to see what I'm seeing. And to address the issue that was emailed in, when you're not sure if the court had an opportunity to review it, I had not reviewed it. And then when I realized which matter it was here on, I did not think it was appropriate to review it unless it was during the hearing. So I did not review it.
Okay.
There was a letter that was attached in a second email from a neighbor that the court reviewed. However, is that neighbor here to testify, sir?
No, it's not.
Okay, so the court's not going to accept that as evidence because it would be hearsay, and Mr. Hurley has to have an opportunity to question the witness that's putting that statement forward, and you can't question the letter.
Understood.
Okay, so.
So with that, the people are ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay, before we do, Your Honor, there is a dispute over the there is a dispute over the video. There is a part of it prior to when the police arrived on scene. And I think it only ought to be played from the time that the police arrived on scene to its conclusion, because nothing before it would have been.
I'm going to try not to pause it so much, but I just had a bunch of people jump into my chat and I wanted to let them all know I appreciate all of you being here so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget, on this channel, if you support either my show or KFARR show, these mutts over here get a milk bone on air. You need to wake them up. Oh, and there's Zena, there's Ava.
And my dog that looks similar.
Bella. We have matching dogs. We didn't even do that on purpose.
Bandit. I have so many things to say.
Okay.
Brick in the wall. I've actually thought about that, like how much it would cost to sponsor a courtroom to get them decent equipment to record.
Yeah.
Because I know in for public safety, Meade County Court is still using video recording stuff from like the early 2000s.
1982.
I'm like, how much would it cost to just sponsor like one whole courtroom with just mics, cameras, so that everything is good?
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw another one that was a good joke. Marty Taylor, they're discussing BSBT breaking up with Wolverine Transparency. Marty Taylor says, "Are you saying BSBT left Wolvie shorthanded?" Aha! And let me see here. Oh, it was Bandit left a funny comment. "How much do I spend on cookies a month? I don't know. Your mother buys them for me."
Ooh.
Here we go.
Privy to the police department prior to Lieutenant O'Neill, then Sergeant O'Neill, and Officer Parker's arrival on scene at my house on the 21st of July of last year.
All right, I disagree. I think the charge here is a civil infraction called unreasonable noise. In the first part of that video, establishes the bulk of the case involving the unreasonable noise as to Mr. Calipori's involvement and with Mr. Moss. So I think it's key that the court see the entire video.
Okay, and the court would agree. The court, the police were dispatched to the home, correct, or to the scene?
I don't believe the police were dispatched. They drove by or they came upon the scene.
Okay.
We'll get further testimony from O'Neill.
I think we need a cookie sponsor and a Milkbone sponsor. Milkbone, Purina, I think makes them. If you want to sponsor me, Milkbone Company, whoever makes these, please reach out. My contact information is in my channel description. The dogs would appreciate it.
My understanding
Those
is
are my
that
husband's favorite cookies, by the way. That's so weird. Nobody knows about those cookies. They sell them at all.
They're delicious. They're delicious.
Yeah, the maple cookies. Yeah.
My friend who was from upstate New York while I was in the Navy, he used to buy them all the time or have them sent from there. And I'm like, have your parents send them.
We need care packages, stat.
Mr. Calipori's wife called the police.
Okay.
That's my understanding of it.
Then that would lend its hand more towards having the video prior to the police arrival, as that was why the police were called to the scene. So the court's going to play the video in its entirety.
Yes, play the video,
and
Judge.
So, counsel, do you want? It appears though the video is being stipulated to, correct?
Sorry, Judge?
It appears as though the video is being stipulated to as an exhibit.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That's Mr. Moss's exhibit. I'll stipulate to it. You recorded it, correct?
Yes, it's part of my YouTube channel.
Do you want to go in an unconventional route and you want to play the video first?
That would be ideal. I was contemplating that, asking the court for that. That would be kind of not the usual way, but I agree. It would make the most sense.
Okay. And so I think it would probably make most sense to bring Mr. Calipori and Lieutenant O'Neill back in so that if there's any questions about it, we don't have to play it again necessarily in its entirety for each of the witnesses.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You can? Okay. So we're going to play that video. So Mr. Moss, if you can get to that on your phone, and then you have to zoom in, you have to join by Zoom and then screen share. Were you able to pick up the screen share?
No, somehow I put it into a 20-minute emergency call log or something, of which there's about 13 and a half minutes left. There's no way of getting out of it, even restarting my phone.
Hold on, I'm confused. What?
So I never had this come up. It somehow put me into an emergency lock on my phone. Even restarting my phone didn't get me out of it. And it's not taking me even to my menu or any of it.
Okay. Can we have Mr. Hurley receive the copy? Where is Mr.
Mr. Hurley went into his office to see if they can pull it up on Zoom in his office.
Wait a
Okay,
minute.
so counsel, are you able to log in and screen share?
Wait a minute. Is he trying to say his phone's locked? He's trying not to play it in court? Is that what I just heard?
So this is the crazy thing. It took me I think after that stream, I sent you the video.
Yeah.
From his page.
Yeah.
So it's like anybody with a phone can be like, oh, this is your last name. Because I thought it was spelled like Mass.
What's your channel?
MASS.
Yeah.
But it's MAAS. So it was really easy to find. But RD Foss said, where is it? Oh my God. It was such a good comment because, spoiler, DeSanto is afraid that the video will turn out to be corn.
Oh no.
I bet you she's paranoid of every link, every person coming in Zoom. She's probably paranoid.
After that happened to her, I bet she's very weary of that happening again.
Oh, it's probably like how most people are with their streams, where they're like, "Hey, get that person backstage, make them show their face, get all their information, so we know where to hunt them down."
Yeah, I've stopped doing open panels for the most part just because of that. I have to know, I will invite just about anybody. If you ask me for a link, you can not on these scheduled shows, but when I'm doing Crimeland or something. But I used to do at the end of every show, let whoever wants call in, and I can't.
You mean when we used to, the time we randomly streamed at 3:00 in the morning, talking shit about some weird loser.
Yeah,
those are the streams you guys can just pop in and out.
Exactly. By the way, that weird loser is still talking about us for some reason.
Because remember, guys, I dodged war because I didn't sign up for the military right after 9/11 happened. When
somebody told me the other night that he was talking about me the other day. I'm like, really? I forgot dude existed. Okay, I guess I could.
I'm still shook by being called a war dodger because I neglected to sign up for the military at 10.
Yeah.
How fucking dare I?
Yeah. Oh, and I have murderers on my channel. Yes, I have a crime channel. I have murderers on all the time. I've had several on. I suggest going to watch the one where I had an actual murderer who was convicted of murder on. It was a very interesting conversation.
Actually, can pull it up.
I can play it on my phone, Your Honor. If you tell me how to zoom in and do that, I'm sure I'll be able to do it on my phone.
Okay, so you have the link and everything to his YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay, so just zoom into 656-747.
1 second, Your Honor.
I mean.
It's asking me to upgrade my Zoom, but
Great quality.
What do you want? Come over here for some.
I talked while it was muted. At least he recorded. Like, at least we have it. I will, it's all right. At least we have it. I'm going to give the dogs a treat because I spoke with my mic muted. I don't make the rules. I just work here. But if either of us speak with our mics muted, this is what happens. Yes, Mama.
I already gave you a treat. I know. You just want a cow kneecap. I know.
Shake. Thank you.
Do you not listen how he talks about my mother? I said your mother buys me cookies.
Oh,
in the
no.
grand scheme, everybody in my chat, even in your chat and you, I have said absolutely terrible things about other people's mothers when they have earned it.
Yeah.
Saying your mother buys me real Canadian maple cookies is probably on the nicer side of things I've ever said to anyone on the internet. Tell your mother I said what's up. Like we kick it on the weekends.
I agree.
Why is it vertical?
Clicks and views, KFARR. Clicks and views. That's how you get the clicks and views.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. You would know. You and your boy Eagle Nick out.
Hey, I like Eagle Nick.
I love him too. He's great.
I appreciate an Eagle Nick. I like him. I will not have anybody speaking. You can speak bad about him. I don't care. But until he's unkind to me, then I will be unkind to him. But for the most part, except for that one time, he's been very kind to me. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Legal Fiction. We will give them $5. Deserves a little bit more than a mini milk bone. We will give them one of these Dental Life oral treats. We're going to break it in half though because they're pretty big.
Oh, okay. First off, I love your name, None Ya Business.
None
Ya. Great name. That's right up there with Beanstalk. He tried to start horizontally, but then realized he started recording vertically, and you can't swap midway without stopping and restarting. Good to know.
I did know that. I've done that before.
Also because Colin said it, and I feel obligated to say it now. Don't go to his page and harass him. But in his videos are weird because a lot of them are like 6 seconds, 10 seconds of just kind of nothing.
We don't like harassment around here. So actually, here's the thing. If somebody comes at us, then you're welcome to. This person does not come at us at all. So please do not go to his page and harass him.
It's we're being so good. Even I didn't make a comment
yet.
No, I just want him for this video. I thought when I was watching it, because I was finishing painting the cabinets in the kitchen, which I got the hardware today. I'll send you a picture tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Those cabinets look great, by the way. Mr. Zed is upset because now I want that done at my house.
Looks better with the hardware.
Yeah.
But I was watching this and I was under the impression that he was like the neighborhood frauditor, kind of like what is his name? Matty from New York, the guy who just got out of prison. I thought he was like the city nuisance.
Gotcha.
But then I went to his page and I'm just like, no, he's just strange.
Just a weird dude.
Yeah, he's not like harassing a bar or, hitting anybody in the back of the head with a hockey stick, anything crazy.
Nothing crazy.
He's
like
just
harassing
like a chicken.
Entire bar worth of people, which is just
come to my house and fight me. Here's the address.
Yeah.
And then when they show up, you get mad. Like,
yep.
Weird.
Yep.
You want something?
As you can see, when he's got his DoorDash bag, never worked further than a day in his life.
Was that English?
He said something about he works for DoorDash and he's never worked a day in his life, which is odd because
working for DoorDash is working, man.
Well, yeah, turns out Bandit might have a problem with it, but if you earn cash for doing work and you have to pay taxes on that cash, not only is it a job, but the United States government considers it a job. But he's claiming about this guy who's got like a legit ass work truck.
I was gonna say he's
with,
got
like,
all sorts of
shit
tools
all over it.
Tools and stuff.
It's either he has a job working, doing something like that, or he is the most prepared father of all time.
Well, here's the thing: is a
ready at
lot
a
of
moment's
people
notice.
work DoorDash or things like that as a second way of it. Like I do YouTube as a second income. You see what I mean?
Hustle.
But there's plenty of people that do YouTube as their job, like their career. That's what they do. They are content creators as their job. He could be doing DoorDash as a side hustle, but it appears I've never met anybody that's got that much stuff in the back of their truck that doesn't do some sort of manual labor.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone that committed to looking like they have a manual labor job, but not actually having one.
Yep, exactly.
Because he wouldn't know what work is, except when it comes to harassing and acting me.
Is this Bandit? Is this actually Bandit recording this? Because it sounds a lot like Bandit.
I don't understand because even this guy seems confused.
Yeah.
He was doing his own thing and then he's like, what
are you talking to me?
Yeah. I'm kind of curious if it's like pans over to the truck at all because I'm waiting to see like the name of a company on the side of his truck to confirm that it's actually a job.
Not to mention the fact that these seem like well-kept, nice homes that this man obviously lives in, right? He's got to have some sort of income.
I'm working on my truck. Could you go away?
I'm on my property.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Then I must be on your property.
Yeah, you are.
No,
it's
he's
your
not.
crap. You better get it all off of there, too.
I don't think I will.
If there's anything that I learned from the First Amendment auditing community is that there is an easement. And actually, I knew that because of my job, because we deal with easements all the time. But he's on the easement. The other side of the sidewalk is your property. That is the government's property.
I know this. And then I double, triple, and quadruple checked for when BSBT came to my house. Because he took one step onto the grass.
That's easement.
Because he knew he could, and I knew he could, and that's as far as he went.
If he went to the other side, I don't remember if there's a sidewalk in front of your old house or whatever.
Yeah, it was like
the sidewalk would be
little patch.
Yep.
Then the sidewalk, then my grass. I said, "Hey, stay off this grass."
The little patch and the sidewalk belongs to the government, although you are you have to keep it up. Like if you stop mowing that little patch, you would get in trouble for that.
Which I hate, because if it's not my property, why am I in charge of it?
Your property value would go down if you didn't keep it up, but
true.
Yeah, it's just that's the society that we live in, and those are the rules. That's why. We have no side. I live in a unincorporated.
I'm just going to turn into a sovereign citizen. Yep, that's it. That was the last straw.
I live in
We do have a right to travel.
unincorporated my county, and we have no sidewalks. So,
yeah, you will. Oh yeah, you will.
What was that?
It's you being the Dan the chicken man. Well, if you don't know what it is, chicken.
I love the dance.
lay an egg for everybody too.
Want to see my chicken dance?
I don't want to see any part of you. Except the backside of you when you move the hell out of this city.
Where am I going?
Well, ultimately, I'd say you're going to a very fiery place, but... It's a matter, you can have your friends do it and you can't handle it yourself. That figures. And that's why you're Dan the chicken man.
Get a shot of this.
Dan the chicken man.
What? Yeah, that's his ass. I mean, he's all ass, everybody. He's all ass. I mean, everybody of them's ass. And it stank too. You gotta go take a shower.
Get a shot of this.
Yeah, he wants to show his ass. Why don't you moon everybody while you're at it? Let's see the full side of that moon.
Get a shot of this. Here.
And again, that's his DoorDash bag, everybody. And more crap he's got in my lawn right here.
Here, film this.
Look at that. You got a gallon. You got 2 McDonald's plastic cups for whatever strange reason. You got some sort of electronic board.
Show that. Here, film this. Zoom in on this.
And to the one viewer who referred to this as his death trap, you can see why. Obviously, he had the hood replaced. That's pretty clear cut, and you can see how it's all rusted out. And here's some more damage right there on that side. Oh, and here's some more tree bark he threw on my property. I'm gonna make sure I return that to him, though. Yeah, and you're about to get plucked. You're about to get plucked. Seriously.
Yeah. Did you get a shot of the lesson? Would your viewers like to see that?
No, I think they'd rather see the court action. No, I'll show them the court case. Be more entertaining.
Wait, I'll get it out again. You want to get it out?
Oh, guys, gonna show the full side of the moon, everyone. Take cover. You ain't one to talk. You never grew up, Peter Pan. I'm just relating at a level that your limited intellect can handle.
Don't insult me like that.
Oh, yes, I'm sure it's just so painful. Well, you know what? You are an insult.
Why are you so mean to me? I never did nothing to you.
Yeah, you did.
What'd I do?
Right from the beginning.
What'd I do?
It'll come out.
Your viewers,
That'll come out. I don't need to.
Tell your viewers.
No. I'll start with the magistrate first, and then we'll go from there. But you know what you've done. God knows what you've done, and I certainly know what you've done.
Good luck on that. That's gonna go far.
Yeah. When you're prepared, you don't need luck as much.
When you're what?
I don't give a crap. It's fitting.
This is just pure harassment.
Bring up my make me full screen. I changed my picture just for you.
Nice.
It's Dan the chicken man.
I'm gonna change by the time we stream again. I'm gonna change my picture to that face swap picture, which I love.
Oh, that picture. Oh, I got more fish. If you guys can see them.
We cannot see them.
Where's
your fish? Did you get a new fish cam?
So I got a new fish cam.
Yeah.
Fish cam. Problem is, my USB extender thing that's 10 feet long isn't compatible
Oh
with this camera.
no.
So it can reach right behind my chair to get her, but then, as you know, it decided to nuke out prior to the stream and killed my main camera. So having problems.
Thank you so much, Cheshire Cat, for being a member for 4 months. How time?
Get me off the main screen.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry. How time really does go by fast. It sure does. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. The doggos certainly appreciate it. Man.
Yeah, I find it how weird that this guy's treating a random guy in the street washing his hands with a gallon water jug.
Crazy. This is how you get stabbed.
Like if I did this to BSBT when he showed up to my house to try and fail to threaten me, sure, it would be reasonable because he started it. This guy literally pulled up in a work truck and went, I think I'm going to wash my hands before I go into my house.
I had to give them a little,
and then he gets
love while I was over there.
And he gets clucked at.
Yeah. Now, is this his neighbor or is this just a random guy that decided to pull over a little bit?
I genuinely hope it's his neighbor.
I mean, I kind of hope it's not. Imagine having to live next door to that.
Well, I feel like if he has that much resentment for some random dude, that's strange. Is that a real fireplace? Absolutely not. That's just a weird garbage picked TV. And Matthew Merritt, upstate New York, what is his name? New York Public Tour. He now lives in a hotel. From what I'm hearing, Big Brit, his girl that he was with kids prior to going to jail, she left him for another man. He lives at a hotel and he can't see his kids as per parole. So Matthew Merritt's having a hard time.
Poor guy. Your mama said, don't tell the dogs the cookies are from a cat. What's funny about that is when we were having that discussion in your comment section the other day with Vestige of Peace, she said something about my dogs getting cookies. And of course, she had a cat profile picture. Of course, the cat doesn't want the dogs to be happy. Of course.
No. Can't have that.
Going to be fitting for the new song that comes out.
I was so shocked to find out she was a cat lady, by the way. Shocked.
Oh, God. Did you hear what he said? This is going to be good for the new song. This guy's probably in his house with Tyrants Beware making some
AI
shitty
music.
AI-generated music. God.
Yeah. When you're prepared, you don't need luck as much.
When you what?
And we have a gifted membership from Cheshire Cat. Also a cat. Still a cat. Still a cat. The dogs are getting treats from a cat, and generally Specific received the membership. Hopefully he comes to game night next time we have it. Possibly Friday. We'll see how I feel. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. Oh, my earbud got stuck on the camera. That was almost a disaster.
I don't give a crap. It's fitting. It's going to be fitting for the new song that comes out called Dan Dan the Chicken Man. Be sure to watch it. I hope it a lot of plays. It's going to be my mantra for this situation from now on. And get used to me singing it.
What is the guy's channel? I want to see if the song actually came out.
It didn't.
Oh,
I'll look it up. Ed Moss.
Yeah, while this is playing,
all of his videos are
this
weird.
is playing. Let me know if that song came out.
Quite often. Get your crap out of the street.
I don't think he knows how to work YouTube, if we're being honest. Because all of his videos are literally living in Riverview, the day, month, day of the week, month, the number of the day in the month, and the year.
Gotcha.
And that's all of his live streams, all of his videos. Some will be like part 1 or part 2. That's as far as he gets.
Fun.
Me alone?
Get your crap out of the street.
You leave me alone.
Get your crap out of the street.
Leave me alone.
No, you don't leave me alone.
Yeah, I bother you. Am I bothering you now?
I'm recording you, so you can go ahead and do what you want. Of course I am. I've been recording you.
Oh, I thought you were recording you.
Nothing to report. I told you, Buddy Merritt, I'll start handling you myself from now on. I don't need that motherfucker. That low-life bastard friend and dirty, corrupt cop.
Oh, come on. You can't call everybody corrupt.
I can call everybody in Riverview corrupt who's not named Bemis, and even I question him being corrupt as well. So he's just not as much so.
You're just mad at the world.
No, I'm not. And you need to not assume my feelings.
All right, playtime's over. Go away.
Who's playing? You're the one who's sitting around playing.
Playtime's over. My truck. Can I straighten out my truck?
Go right ahead. I'm not stopping you.
I know you're not stopping me.
Well, then why are you? Then I'm not stopping you.
Hello.
Hi.
What's going on?
This gentleman started slamming his door, and I turned the camera on. So.
Okay, can you go talk to Sergeant O'Neill for me?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm on my property.
We got some gifted memberships coming in. Thank you so much to Legal Fiction again. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. That is amazing. We have 5 people who received gifted memberships, and the dogs will receive a milk bone.
Treats.
Ma'am, wake up. You're working. They're working right now. They're sleeping on the job. There you go. There you go. She takes it so gently. So gently.
Property. I'm on my property. I'm not going anywhere. I'm on my property.
Okay, good.
I am calm. Don't assume my feelings.
Do you have what you need? Well, I just painted my truck.
Okay, that's another one for my 21. Didn't know you. Now I do. Okay, I'll add you to the list.
I'm not assuming his feelings, but I am assuming his gender, and that is female.
So, how to say this politely? Again, I caught the very tail end of Colin's stream, as per usual with Colin's streams. I somehow managed to get the notification an hour and a half after he starts. So I didn't get to watch any of this video.
That happens to me all the time. For some reason, Colin's notifications come out right as it's ending.
Yeah, I might look into some of his videos because I don't like him. I don't want to say I hate him, but I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like
Nobody
the
likes
man.
the Chicken Man.
I like Dan the Chicken Man, but not the guy calling Dan the Chicken Man.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the Chicken Man's fine. I thought you were talking about.
It's because it seems like he's that crazy person in the city who, what was his name? Way back, I covered a bunch of this guy. He would go to, I want to say it was from Philly. He would go to Philly City Hall meetings and just talk about the absolute dumbest conspiracy theory shit. For hours. There's like a half dozen of his city council meetings. That's what this guy seems like. The cops one day were like, yeah, you can't do that. And he's like, corruption everywhere. He sees it everywhere. When he sleeps, when he blinks, he sees corruption. Anyone cool with the cops must be in on it. Kind of like Chris, where it's an imposter and everybody's out to get him. That's what this guy seems like. And I am for it.
Thank you so much for becoming a member, Chris Melky? If I'm mispronouncing that, Chris, my deepest apologies. I appreciate you becoming a member, and the doggos definitely appreciate it. There you go.
So he's cleaning out his truck, and what?
No, he was slamming his door. I came out and turned my camera on. I was recording him from back there, but decided to step out and get some fresh air, and I wanted to see what this crap was he threw on my property. I'm going to get the crap out of the street. He's put all this water in the street. And while that may be legal, he's trying to, instead of messing up in front of his own house, he's trying to do it in front of mine. I'm not going to stand for that easily.
Well, it's water. It's going to dry today.
Well, that's fine, but that's not the point, and you know it.
Okay. Well,
And for the record, I hope your partner tells him I didn't call you guys. I mean, I did initially because he was not moving the back of his truck, and I thought he might need medical assistance. That would be the only reason why. But certainly, I don't trust your department to handle any type of situation.
He said he didn't call, but he did call originally.
So this might be extra, but because I'm assuming, what is this, Riverview? I'm assuming since that's part of the video. It seems like it's Riverview, but it's in Wyandotte Court, so I'm kind of confused on that. If I could get his address, I could probably FOIA request every single call that this department has had to make to that address.
Ooh, I bet we have some internet sleuths that can watch this video and figure it out.
Oh, I can probably find it. Once you look up the court case, it might have it in there, because I know some people like to add that in the report or go up to Riverview and say, I would like to FOIA request anything that has to do with Ed Moss. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. If you do that, we need to
yeah,
cover
he
it together
seems-
for sure. I want to just go, we'll have a whole episode about him.
Yeah, it's just he's got too much going on
Mhm.
where he hates everyone for this to be like magically the first
This
interaction.
is
with police.
absolutely the police knew him when they walked up, so that says something, right?
Yeah. Like, I called you, but I didn't
Mhm.
call you because I thought he was having a medical emergency because he wasn't moving his truck.
Insane.
Okay, dude. Like, all right.
But I don't know you, and I don't know you, so I'll exclude the two of you.
What's the situation?
Oh, yeah.
We're never going to get through this video, but I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you so very, very much. Conspiracy Extremist for the $5 super chat. Can you feed the cat to the dogs?
My dogs pretend my cats don't exist.
We had a cat. Its name was not our cat. But
Did your dogs eat it?
No, it showed up one day, learned how to use the doggy door, lived here for a while, and then left one day, and we haven't seen it since. It was here for like
and then
it
saw
was
its
here
way
for like
out.
5 years. Yeah, after Fritz died, it was Fritz's cat, my dog Fritz, who passed away. After Fritz passed away, it left. So
It didn't want to be there anymore. My friend's gone. I'll see you
Yeah,
later, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my dogs actively pretend the cats don't exist. They will run around, see the cat, and go,
Pretty
okay.
smart, because cats have very sharp claws. I can remember Xena getting bopped on the nose a couple of times from not our cat. Like, the dogs have sharp teeth, the cat has sharp claws.
You got a beard now, sorry.
What's the situation, Mr. Moss? That's where I get my shoes.
Situation was he was slamming his door. I came out and recorded him. I mean, I'm not saying he's doing. I didn't call your department saying he did anything illegal, but what I'm doing is not illegal either.
Yeah.
So
Misuse of 911 is illegal.
why there's police intervention for something that's legal, which is interesting because I just heard from Sergeant Brown how he won't interfere, and when that man threatened me, how he wouldn't do anything because he wasn't doing anything illegal. So why is there police intervention now? This is part of the inconsistency I'm talking about with the department.
Trying to prevent right now.
I'm not trying to prevent anything. He was doing something and I came out to document it. That's perfectly within my rights, Sergeant. I was documenting what he was doing. No, I documented what he's doing. I'm standing here documenting you because you guys stopped your vehicle that's parked on the wrong side of the street, not legally. And if you want to start yelling, I can sure as hell write you up a report with Lieutenant Merritt. But he's the one that was yelling. He's the one that.
Yes, sir.
He just made the claim that the guy's parked on the wrong side of the street.
No, he said the cops are parked on the wrong side. The cops pulled up, and you know how cops just pull up wherever they are most convenient to pull.
Well, it's just that the truck is facing one way,
Uh-huh.
and the cop is on the other side of the street parked
It seems
the
like
other
it.
way.
It seems correct to me.
So
maybe he's dyslexic.
I guess this just adds to his being a fucking crazy person thing, like his hero or his villain arc, I guess.
That likes to yell because he thinks he can hide behind his wife, but she ain't gonna cover your ass forever.
I'm gonna arrest you for disorderly person.
Yeah, you probably would because you're under the swift influence.
Mr. Moss, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you a very clear warning. If you continue to be loud and disruptive, I am going to take you to jail for disorderly person. Do you understand that?
And do you understand if you yell at me one more time, I'm going to the station talking to Lieutenant Merritt with a complaint in my hand with your name on it.
I'm worried about the disturbance that you're causing.
I'm not causing a disturbance. I'm on my property right now.
Are you all set?
Are you?
I'd like to be, yeah.
Well, good. Get in your vehicle and go because you guys don't do anything anyway, so go do your nothing elsewhere. Well, I am calm. Don't assume my feelings. That's part of your problem.
Well,
you think you know me and you don't. You don't know me. Now you're raising your voice. I'm going to Lieutenant Merritt about that. No, well, I can raise my voice, but you're not going to threaten me.
I'm trying to talk to you.
No, you're not trying to talk to me. You're trying to preach to me, and I don't know whatever you're trying to preach. Live as many years as I do, and then you can start telling me stuff about something. No, I am not. He's the one that likes to provoke fights, not me. That's where you have it twisted. So what? That's within my right. That's 100% legal.
Let's have a conversation. You tell me what your problem is today.
Did I say I had one? Other than you two pulling up and interrupting what happened, well, you know what? Go get your eyes checked then. Go get your eyes checked, Sergeant. Well, I have an issue every day with him, seemingly, but I didn't have one today. I just pulled my camera out and start recording because video doesn't lie. Because video doesn't lie. See, you don't listen. Video doesn't lie. Because he starts.
You obviously had a problem with him, sir. You obviously had a problem. You pulled out your camera and started recording him. And also, video does lie. Have you never, like, they edit and they.
Oh my God, Mag D5. I totally forgot. Judge DeSanto is literally watching this video.
Yeah, they're down here,
like sitting in court on her computer,
and
like, thinking to herself, "Why the fuck am I even watching?"
She can't pause it and do commentary like we can.
I would have watched the first 10 minutes and stopped it and just looked at him and been like, "What are you doing?"
It's
like,
as if this guy has never heard of deceptively edited video. Like the mainstream media does it all the time, by the way.
If you raise your voice to me, I'm gonna go up to your police department with a complaint.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have somebody like me behind the counter. I'm gonna say, "Sir, what can I help you with? I have a complaint because an officer yelled at me." Oh, cool. I would love to get that complaint. And start right in the trash.
Bandit wants to let you know that you have no work ethic and you're lazy. And you responding to those comments is why he keeps making those comments. I just am letting you know that.
But I love it. I love it. I have no work ethic because I found a way to make money from my house.
Because you are able to do YouTube full time, which, by the way, everybody in that drama community wishes they could do. They just wish they could do that. Because you found a way to do YouTube full time, you have no work ethic. I beg to differ. I beg to plead the opposite, that anybody who's able to create YouTube videos and make a full-time income has more work ethic than most people in your life.
And Weapons just said something good. Chat, ignore Bandit. He's a dipshit.
Correct.
Accurate.
Correct. We'll leave that on the screen for a little bit.
Slamming his door. That drew my attention, and he draws my attention. I'm going to come out here. That's the way it's going to be from now on.
I'm staying out here and video.
I didn't right away. I stood there for the longest time, but he went on and on and on. And then he started putting crap in my grass, and yeah, I'm going to find out what that crap is he's putting in my grass on my property. You doggone right, and I have every right to do so.
Where I saw you throwing
it's an IED. You got him.
I was returning his property to him.
The tree bark?
That's from his tree. Go look at how he shaves his tree, if you dare.
Why you're out here today?
No, I was out here, like I said before, and do I need to repeat it for a third time? He slammed his door, that drew my attention, and that's what started the videoing.
You come out here and start.
No, I thought I would stand there and start videoing because I wanted to see what happened. I only called your department because I saw two feet not moving in the back, and I thought he might need medical assistance. Then he started moving, so I hung up as soon as he did.
Well, and then once you decided that he doesn't need medical assistance, you continue to record him?
No, I went back to recording him. I didn't record while I called.
To him while you were recording?
We may have talked a little bit. I'll refer to the video and that. I was trying not to talk to him at all, but he starts conversations every time. I don't.
Is there a reason you had to get so close to him to record him?
You walked up to him, dude. He started. He didn't even know you were talking to him until he's like, "What? Are you talking to me? What?"
Yeah, he put something in my yard.
He shaves his tree.
It was tree bark.
He shaves his tree.
I thought it was going to be something like, oh, he put 3 drills in a toolbox in my yard. He put nature.
Which, by the way, I
nature.
understand because we live out in the country and I've had neighbors who were renting behind. I don't know why people rent their houses around here, but there was renters behind us at one point in time. Not anymore, thank goodness. But they threw a bunch of debris over our fence because we have debris in one corner of our yard, and they just and that pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie.
It's my property. It's my property. I'm going to be on it.
Mr. Moss, I never said it wasn't your
You
property.
know what? I shouldn't have said that. Now people, I can just hear it now. People talking about how my yard is covered in debris. Like I could just hear the trolls now. I have a yard. I have more than an acre, and it's one corner of the yard where we keep branches to burn in the burn pit later because that's what we do. When you
Mrs.
have
KFARR
lots of
hates it.
land, you can do that.
Yeah, Mrs. KFARR hates it. This new house, the front yard is like all ivy.
I would love that. So much less work.
I dislike it because it covers up my like walkway.
Oh, well, yeah, you got to trim.
And there's like a hose hiding in it. And I'm
It's easier to keep up than
the
a
whole thing.
lawn, though. Ivy is way easier to keep up than a lawn. You
for
just gotta
sure.
you gotta get an edger and a trimmer and just keep it trimmed back.
You have so many disputes with this neighbor, but you decide to come out and film him standing right next to him while he's just trying
Okay, I got a better question for you, Officer Parker. Is there a reason he had to come within a foot of me the other night and threaten to knock me out?
I wasn't here for that.
Well, but it talks about your whole department's responsibility.
Yet you didn't film that. Yet that's not on video.
He didn't film it. He didn't film it, and like you didn't call the police about that. Like, but you called the police about him sitting in his car. Weird.
Go for it.
That's posted on your YouTube.
It's one of them. I've posted a lot of videos.
Him by throwing tree bark.
No, I returned his property to him because I got tired of it being in my yard.
Back with you, you had an issue with that.
I have an issue with him littering my yard, as you know. I refer you to the council meeting where I dangled the 2-quart bag in front of your wife and the mayor and 5 other council members.
Automatically assume with no evidence that this person placed tree bark.
Go look at his tree and how shaved it is.
Evidence of him putting tree bark.
He's not going to give me that, but
I want to see this tree.
I'm making a very educated.
Please, pretty please. I want to like. Is it with a Bic razor? How do you shave a tree?
That's what I'm saying. I'm so curious. I might have to go look through his videos to be like, there's got to be a video of this tree, because I understand trimming a tree.
Yeah.
I understand, cleaning it up. I've never heard shaving a tree before. Is he making pencils out of his tree? Is that how he's shaving it? Like, what is he doing?
I'm picturing like a Bic, him out there with like some shaving cream and a Bic razor.
An electric razor just hitting bark, getting it good. Just taking a little off the top.
Oh, Parson, I'm glad you're lucky that I like you is what the words I was trying to say. I love that my new nickname is KKTZed. That cracks me up, by the way.
Oh, well, somebody came to my page and accused me of being a racist. And I'm just like, what? They're like, you got fired from your last job because you were a racist. And I'm just like, it's weird because I quit.
Here's the thing. When they call everybody a racist, it is such a disservice because there are actual racists out there who then those words mean nothing because you're calling everybody a racist. Like,
okay, never mind. I was about to say birch tree bark sheds on its own, and I'm like, damn, I thought it was going to be birch trees need to be shaved. I'm just wanting to get to the bottom of this, honestly.
We'll get to we'll do a little investigation. Somebody find the address. We'll take a field trip.
Look at his tree and let's compare the tree bark to his shaved tree.
Of the wind being able to carry.
No, the wind blows northeast.
Okay. Every day?
In the fall, it tends to blow more easterly, like I told Lieutenant Merritt.
Okay. So you're a weatherman.
I actually, since I know you're being sarcastic, it was one of the things I studied when I took an aptitude test when I was in my 20s. So I actually do study the weather more than most average people. No, but Ron over at DPW is, and that's why I'm going to him, because Lieutenant Merritt suggested I do so, and if he listened to me finish, you'd know that.
Sandpaper, and then discovered that it was tree bark.
Because Lieutenant Merritt, I'll give him credit for that.
It seems to me that you're just on edge.
I have it.
That's your opinion, wrongful.
Do you have a picture of the tree?
I don't have a picture of the tree, but I have found out what shaving a tree means. Shaving a tree generally refers to carefully removing a thin layer of bark from the tree trunk, usually done with specific tools such as a debarking tool or a chainsaw with a very shallow cut. And it's done for specific situations like managing tree roots that are too close to a structure.
Interesting.
Things that I didn't know were things.
Now you know.
Or something, because you want to set me up, and you got everything so twisted in your mind you can't see straight.
In the last 2 or 3 years, because we talk to you daily. So
no, you haven't really talked to me. You had to talk to me because I filed a complaint against you because you went off the one day when I thought he broke my window, and I had to file a complaint against you just about. Yeah, that's right. And we can go down and talk to Lieutenant Merritt, and he'll set you straight on that right now.
Is it the police department? How can we fix this problem?
Well, get in your car and go. Okay, that's the only thing you can do.
Be out here creating a disturbance.
No, he went back inside his house.
I'm going to tell you that you're going to go to jail for disorderly person. So I hope.
Well, I wouldn't be threatening me because your department already screwed up for discrimination. Well, you are threatening me.
And hopefully you make the right decision. So that.
And I hope your department makes the right decision and stops targeting me, because if it doesn't, I'm going to harangue your whole damn department one officer at a time.
And I'm not trying to offend you right now, but there's a satellite program with a guidance center in Southgate for people who are having mental health.
You know what? You go get yourself mentally health checked. No. Lieutenant Sergeant Gentry already labeled me. He already labeled me. That's why you guys screwed up. I wouldn't if it was on fire right now.
I have the ability to get you to talk to somebody, right?
Well, then get yourself some help and get Mayor Swift and your sick council before this city ends up in receivership.
Okay, well,
because this city is sick.
Well, then maybe you should move, Mr. Moss.
I'm not gonna move. Not unless he wants to give me about $25 million to move. I got too much invested in this area, so I'm not moving easily. And I'm not going to be run out by your department, you or Swift. Yes, you are.
Unless he has a house like that, which is like $150,000.
Where it is too.
Maybe.
Do we know which Riverside this is? Like what state?
I mean, if it it's in Michigan.
Riverside, Michigan. It is probably like $100,000 then. Yeah.
Yeah, Wyandotte isn't like the greatest area, but like if this house is like his house, you're getting 100,000, 150,000. And to come up with the other 25 million, you would have to have like 1 million acres.
You would have to have like a shed in the back that is full of gold.
Also, somebody just said something, so I had to look it up. Apparently, there was a crash at Reagan National Airport minutes ago. A helicopter crashed had a mid-air collision with a regional jet with 60 people on board, and the plane is now in the river.
What? All right. Well, let's watch the rest of this. I'm going to see if I can find a news story about that.
Yeah, you're under orders from Merritt, who's taking orders from the chief through Swift. Don't try to tell me. And you're just, no, it's not a paranoia. That's fact. That's fact. It's fact. Just like Mayor Swift saying, I will do anything to make sure I stay mayor. And he's damn well doing it.
You have this, you're paranoid.
No, I'm not. And you're not a doctor to diagnose me. So if anything, you suffer from Napoleon syndrome, the same as Swift.
Okay, I don't have to be a doctor.
No, you suffer from Napoleon syndrome. You try to judge everybody because you think you wear a badge and you think it makes you a god. And that's why you think you can overtalk everybody. Yeah, you take it down. You keep on.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail for disorderly.
Don't drop my phone.
I will not drop your phone.
I told you about yelling and screaming here.
Yeah, okay.
Now you're going to jail for disorderly.
Who's going to lock my front door?
I'll lock your front door.
Okay.
Old Squishy Gardner coming in clutch.
Come on, calm down, bud.
Mr. Kirby,
Yo, Old Squishy Gardener, you guys subscribe to his channel, please.
A small plane flew into a police helicopter, as per Old Squishy Gardner.
I'm just looking it up. We're going to take a little break from this court case just to cover breaking news, I think. Just because I was just here. This is the airport that my friend Steven was supposed to fly into, but his flight got canceled. So plane crashes into Potomac River near Reagan National Airport. This is in Washington, D.C. An aircraft crash into the Potomac River prompted a closure and ground stop at Reagan National Airport Wednesday night, according to D.C. Fire and EMS. Officials said fireboats are on the scene of the plane crash investigating the incident. The airport is expected to remain closed until 11 p.m. and ground stop is expected to remain effective until 10:30 p.m. according to the Federal Aviation Administration. That's it. That's the story. Let's see if there's photos of it. This is just photos of the airport.
When I looked up, I saw them pulling a tail of a plane out of a river.
Oh, I didn't see that.
What was I going to say? Something about this guy. Oh, he wanted to tell the police, you're not a doctor. You can't say this about me. Yet he turns around and tries to diagnose the cop. Yeah, I watched the one from Wikipedia. That was the image that I saw. They caught the crash live.
I think I got it.
What?
We got
Aaron Andrews. You got us. Yeah. Surprise.
It's just an ad. I don't think this is the actual crash.
I thought there was a bunch of UFOs moving across the screen.
Everybody.
Right first.
Interesting.
So I'm kind of surprised that there's not more channels. That what am I looking for?
They didn't?
Oh Jesus!
Whoa! Look at that.
That's not good.
There is a lot of police activity. This is an auditor's dream right here. Look at this.
At the time, yeah, this is going to be a while in terms of the response.
Okay, let's get back to the video. Sorry, I got distracted, guys.
Just hope.
No, yeah. You showed that, and I thought I was going to have to come up with a Riverview, front living room part 2 channel. I thought those UFOs were going, and I'm like, shit. I'm Kev the Chicken Man now. Like shit.
I really hope they release information about whatever those UFOs were now. I mean,
That's what caused the accident.
I'm thinking.
The Daily Mail has the video of the crash. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm surprised there's not a bunch of YouTube channels that specifically just record airports. Because I'm weird. I follow a bunch of YouTube channels that have strategically posted cameras to record the comings and goings of Navy ships.
That's weird to follow.
Well, yeah, it's kind of my thing. Hey, if there was a one for the, jets flying off, I bet weapons would follow that. So
maybe.
Hey, but I know they've got videos of subs, aircraft carriers, destroyers, cruisers all day. So I'm surprised somebody didn't get that on a YouTube video, just recording like a daily thing.
The Daily Mail is AIDS. It has so many ads, nothing ever plays.
Well, I don't want to tell you.
Are you kidding me?
Trying to get copyright struck out here.
Is this it? This is the Daily Mail. Oh my goodness. Did you see that?
I did see it, and then I saw Old Squishy Gardner's comment, and that takes the cake for weird shit.
Holy cannoli.
Old Squishy Gardner says, okay, here's a weird one. Are you just watching? Oh, I was about to say, are we just watching plane crashes?
Yeah.
No, Old Squishy Gardner says, okay, here's a weird one. I'm assuming that says great channel. It kind of runs off my page. Channel that records the Portland, Oregon dump 24/7. Seriously. Hey, recording Navy ships isn't that crazy compared to a dump.
Okay. All right, it's already 10 o'clock. We got to get through this video. We're not pausing again unless somebody super chats.
I have things to do tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Would you like to call any witnesses, or do you think the court needs to, I will say that I think that I've seen all the evidence that I need to see on the video. I don't know the testimony would be something different unless there's something that it's obviously
I have the witnesses here that were participating, Ms. Calipori and Mr. I would like to clarify one issue with Mr. Calipori, if I could, Your Honor.
Okay.
Would to swear him in, or?
Oh, you went to call him, I thought you were just trying to
Maybe just one.
argument. That's fine.
Could I talk with him briefly, and then maybe Mr. Serrano has just a matter that needs to be adjourned real quick, and then he can be out of here. Can I just have a minute with Mr. Calipori while you take care of Mr. Serrano's adjournment?
Yes.
Thank you.
But before we do that, Mr. Moss, are you, do you have any witnesses that you'd like to call on your behalf?
I do.
Okay. All right. So then I'll have you speak with Mr. Calipori, and I'm going to handle Mr. Serrano's matter, and then we'll recall this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, we're back on the record in the matter of City of Riverview versus Edmund Moss, 24R360496. Sir, you're going to go over there, please. Okay, if you can please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Yes.
Please have a seat, and just please state your name, state and spell your first and last names in the microphone as loud as possible so we can record all of the proceedings.
My name is Dan Calipori.
Okay. All right, and counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Calipori, you are the next door neighbor of Mr. Moss, correct?
Yes.
And in that video that we just saw, the court just watched, you are the gentleman that's behind the truck in the blue shirt, correct? Okay, on
So
that
they are
particular
neighbors.
day, I wanted to clarify that the chicken sounds or rooster sounds or the cackling that was going on, that was not you making those sounds, correct?
No, absolutely not.
You moved your arm when it was happening. I just wanted to make it clear that you weren't the ones that was making the sounds. You were doing that in reaction to Mr. Moss making the sound?
Absolutely.
Mr. Moss was the one making the loud noise?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say, is it reasonable to say that his behavior or that noise was annoying or disturbed your peace and quiet on the day you were out there in front of his house?
Absolutely.
And you were on a public street with your truck, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Mr.
Well, I did say we weren't pausing unless somebody.
We got two. So we got one on mine and one on yours. So we got super chat from Cerebral Tackle. Pause because, like Dennis Leary said, I'm an asshole. Plus, I don't want the dogs thinking I forgot them.
They were thinking that you forgot them, actually.
Oh, yeah, they were just talking about it before we started the stream.
There you go. There you go. And you said there was one more
For you. Let me see here.
There it is. I got it.
Yep.
For fattening dogs and ruining sleep. Thank you so much, Artie Faz. I appreciate that. And Ava and Zena appreciate it. And KFAR probably appreciates it too.
I do indeed.
You guys keep this up, I can make a living on YouTube.
Mr. Moss, you can cross-examine.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Calipari, I'm being questioned when you parked in front of my house. Could you have parked and done the same thing in front of your house?
No, I think my other car was there.
Sure about that?
Don't know.
Well, it's possible that generally you can park in front of your house and do that stuff.
Okay, I'm going to dial it in. I don't know. How's that relevant, sir?
If he wasn't in front of my house, none of this would have occurred. That's the relevancy, Your Honor.
So if Mr. Calipari didn't park in front of your house, there would not have been a reason for you to be out there for 20 minutes talking with
There
him.
would have been no reporting whatsoever. That's correct.
No, hold on just a moment. I'm going to give you a little bit of leeway, sir, and that's about it.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Calipari, do you usually, when you clean your truck, do you usually do that in front of your house?
Objection to the usually, Your Honor. I think the matter we're specific about this specific incident, not what usually happens.
Correct. So objection sustained.
On the question, you admit that you placed stuff on my property and there was water in the street, correct?
Oh, yes.
Is there a reason why there was water in the street?
Oh, you can clearly see what I was doing in the video.
It wasn't so clear to me.
There's that. No, you don't get to make comments, Mr. Moss. You don't get to make comments like that.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. Do you view what you did in this matter as being harassment towards me?
No.
No further questions, John.
Okay. Any follow-up questions, Mr. Hurley?
No further questions to Mr. Calipari, Your Honor.
Okay.
I really don't have any other witnesses. I'll rely on the video for the bulk of it. I have officers here, but I don't think we need to be redundant.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Calipari.
Thank you. You may step down. All right. And so you don't have, people don't have any further witnesses?
No, I'll rest on the
Okay.
what we have, Your Honor.
All right. And so Mr. Moss, you said you.
I do have one witness to call. Before I do that, I would like to read the ordinance into the record as worded from the Muni Code of Review.
Okay, that'll be for closing arguments, but I'm going to call your first witness.
Okay, I'd like to call Lieutenant Sean O'Neill to the stand, please.
Okay. I'm going to be very clear. This is going to be question and answer regarding relevant questions as to this issue. Sir, why are you coming around the front? No. Nope. Stay back there. Nope. Stay back there, please. Understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right.
He doesn't know how to report.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this head the truth?
I said I wasn't going to pause it, but imagine trying to represent yourself and you don't even understand that you can't approach the bench without.
Oh, that was the
attorney,
if you will. That was the guy who had the truck.
Oh, okay. I forget.
I don't
him.
think he's like in the Ricky Bobby stage where he like doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Yeah,
because I don't know if he's supposed to be sitting. I guess it's disorderly conduct, so I guess there's no technical victim.
Yeah.
Or no like specific victim outside of society. So I think he isn't supposed to be up there, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I think the guy in the truck is the victim.
Yeah. And this guy down here at the bottom is the recorder.
Oh, gotcha.
And yeah,
Chicken Man.
That was the weakest question of all time. Why was there water in the street? You recorded it.
Yeah. I was washing my hands with a jug of water.
That's not true. Thank you. If you please have a seat, state spell your first and last names for the record in the microphone, please.
Sean O'Neill, Seanoneil.
Okay, and Mr. Moss, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Tell me, how long have you been a police officer for?
Almost 25 years.
And in that time, you and I have had history prior to this video, correct, of yelling?
Are we saying it's mutual or one way? Because it seems to me the history is that when you communicate, you talk over top of people, and then voices get loud on your end. So I wouldn't say that it's a two-ended yelling conversation each time you talk.
What about, do you recall in April when I called your apartment about a broken window and you were cutting me off?
Okay, again, I stated this is going to be limited to relevant questions regarding the incident at hand.
It goes to history, Your Honor.
What is the relevance of the history?
He has a history of over-talking on much like he did in that video. This is not the only time he's done this. And that's the point.
Mr. Moss, what is the relevance of Lieutenant O'Neill history regarding your interaction? What does that have to do with this incident from July 21st?
It's similar to this. Yeah, this is not the only time he's done it, is what I'm saying.
Okay, that is not why we are here today. So please focus on the circumstance of July 21st. The court scores the same instruction.
Fair enough. Okay, pertaining to the video, why did you show up in the first place, and why did you show up in the first place?
I don't have the exact times. I think it was 1:35 p.m. that day. You had called the station, the phone rang 3 times, and then it hung up before dispatch could answer it. And then the second time, I believe, was 6 minutes after your hang up. Mrs. Calipari called and said that you were making chicken sounds at her husband, Mr. Calipari, while he was in the street, and that you were recording it live on YouTube, and she was concerned that it was going to get out of hand. So our dispatcher had dispatched myself and Officer Parker to the residence to handle the disturbance.
Is it normal for the police to respond to a call of somebody making chicken sounds?
It certainly falls into the area of
yes,
a disturbance, yes.
But when you and Officer Parker...
It is normal for the police to respond when they're called, sir. Absolutely.
If there's a difference between a kid in his yard with other kids playing and they're making chicken sounds, but when you have some delusional lunatic standing by the road harassing you said it was his neighbor, right?
Combative. Yeah, they're next door.
Just sitting in the road, like washing his hands before he goes into his house. Yeah, that would require a phone call. Like, hey, I think my neighbor who, is sitting by the work truck, I think he's about to beat the shit out of the other guy.
Yeah.
Because he's being an asshole.
Yeah.
You guys should probably come out here before anything escalates.
Exactly.
The property, was I doing anything illegal at the time?
No, you were not.
Then why did you hang around, if that's the case?
We had to have a conversation and figure out what the issue was, because we had your phone call and then Mrs. Calipari's phone call, and then you were very heated and agitated in the initial response.
Was it true I was only heated and agitated because you were cutting me off and you were elevating your voice, causing me to elevate mine?
I can't speak to why you were agitated, sir.
Fair enough. Fair enough, but you wouldn't dispute that, correct?
Dispute what?
That what I said, that you were cutting me off mid-sentence and raising your voice, causing me to elevate mine.
I would dispute that.
How so?
You are very difficult to speak with, and I'm there to solve a problem, and I can't solve that problem if you don't allow me to speak as well.
Is it true that at the time this occurred that you were not a lieutenant, that you were a sergeant?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
What's the relevance of that, Mr. Moss?
He was a sergeant. He'd been under a lieutenant's command at that time as opposed to now with him being a lieutenant.
Okay, but what is the relevance of that?
That he was only a sergeant at the time?
Okay, but what is the relevance of the witnesses bringing
no relevance
as it relates to the events of that day?
It's a clarification question. I mean, I can move on from that if you'd like, Your Honor.
Yes.
It is a way of clarifying the situation.
You may move on. Objection sustained. Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. In the video, I had mentioned to you and Officer Parker twice upon you asking, what can I do? And I gave you an opportunity for both of you to leave. At that time, why did you not leave?
Because you were clearly highly agitated and the disturbance that we were called there for was still ongoing.
But isn't it true that that you were the source of the agitation and therefore it was only going to escalate the situation?
I would disagree completely because you were out there live streaming, making chicken sounds and harassing your neighbor.
Is it true that your superior at that time was Lieutenant Christopher Merrick?
That's accurate.
And would you be surprised if I told you that I have rarely ever had a problem in having a conversation or otherwise with Lieutenant Merrick?
I don't understand the relevance, what your relationship is with Mr. Merrick to this incident.
Well, he was your superior for one thing, and you were a sergeant. That's one thing.
Okay, what is the question, sir?
The question is, would you be surprised if I told you that I've had very little problem with then your superior in talking to Lieutenant Christopher Merrick?
Section again, no relevance to this.
No relevance.
How would it matter what his interaction is with his superior with regard to, in relation to this incident, what we witnessed on the video? It's totally two different things.
It shows that he would be one of the main problems, if not the most problematic officer that I deal with within the police department, and that there are others that I certainly do not.
Okay, but again, Mr. Moss, what is the relevance to the issues that occurred on July 21st?
The relevance is he's the only officer that cuts me off mid-sentence and tries to elevate his voice and trying to beat me, is my point.
Okay, well, I don't find that's relevant for these proceedings, so please move on. Objection sustained.
In the video, Lieutenant O'Neill, you had mentioned mental health. Is it correct?
That's correct.
Okay. As it pertains to that, why would you even bring that up?
Because you were highly agitated and I could not get you to calm down, and it seemed to me, based on my experience of dealing with people who were having a mental health crisis, that you could potentially be having one yourself.
So are you a doctor in order to be able to make that determination?
I am not a doctor.
And you've never had any medical training beyond CPR training, or what, correct?
I have had mental health training throughout the course of my career, as I have.
How many years of mental health training have you had?
I wouldn't say, I haven't had years of training, I've had classes in mental health.
Okay. And that entitles you to make a determination about somebody's mental health.
That, combined with my 25 years of police experience, I would say yes.
So how many interactions would you say you've had with me in the entire time you've been with the police department?
Would interactions include phone calls?
Yes.
Probably 20 to 30.
And would you agree that you were about as loud as I was on the day in question?
No, I would not agree.
So in other words, you're saying you were not elevating your voice at all?
Sir, I just watched the same video you did, and I can barely hear myself speaking over you talking.
Well, I was a lot closer to the screen than Rich at that. So you do not have a hearing problem, correct?
I do not.
Fair enough. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes, I have a question. I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think that he thinks he just won that exchange?
I think he does think that.
And only someone who's legitimately crazy would think that.
Absolutely.
He kind of set himself up a few times, but it's just like the officer watched that video several times.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, this is how I'm going to fuck him when I get on the stand. And I don't think he was expecting him to say, yeah, I've actually had a bunch of mental health training and I've seen it like 30 times.
He wasn't expecting him to say, well, I just watched the same video you watched and I could not hear myself over you because you were yelling. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that he probably genuinely thinks, I did so good there. I did so good. I got this in the bag. It's like,
yeah.
Every witness that got on the stand shit on this guy.
Let's see how that turns out for you, bud.
Yeah.
All right, any further witnesses, Mr. Moss? Oh, I'm sorry, you wanted to read the ordinance?
Yes, I would like to read for the record, Your Honor. It's 22-273. It says, the creation of any unreasonably loud, disturbing, or unnecessary noise in this city is hereby prohibited. Noises such as shouting, singing, or whistling, or noises accompanying loud, boisterous, or vulgar conduct, or noises produced by playing or operating a musical instrument, radio, television, stereo, disc, tape, sound system, or any other instruments or devices, whether amplified or otherwise at any time, place, or manner, as to unreasonably annoy or disrupt the quiet, comfort, or repose of any person in the vicinity are hereby prohibited. Now with that, and I don't know how you'd like to handle this, but I would like to essentially call myself and make a very short statement.
Okay, so I've just been presented with a copy of the ordinance as well as what Mr. Moss just read into the record. Okay, sir, you go ahead and if you'd like to make a short statement, but just so you'll be subjected to cross-examination.
Right, you want me to do it from the stand or?
Well, I'm going to have you first, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this man the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God, I do.
Okay. I'm okay if you stay there. You okay with that, Mr. Hurley?
Okay. Essentially, what I want to say is what I just read from the ordinance. No neighbors made any kind of complaint to the police department, to my knowledge, other than Mrs. Calipori calling initially. Whether or not she made any statement after that is not known to me. And that's the extent of my statement. Thank you.
Okay. Again, Mr.
I have no questions with regard to that statement, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Anything, any rebuttal witnesses, Mr. Hurley?
No rebuttal, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm prepared to make a statement if you need it. The people have, this is a civil infraction, the people have the burden of proof by preponderance of the evidence. I think the video that was presented provides clear and uncontroverted testimony that the conduct of Mr. Moss on this particular day, July 21st, clearly is a violation of the ordinance that Mr. Moss read and that I presented to the court. Mr. Calipori testified that Mr. Moss's behavior that day did, in fact, I specifically cited the language from the ordinance and confirmed that it was annoying and disturbed his peace and quiet enjoyment of his own neighborhood. So on the basis of that, I ask the court to find Mr. Moss responsible to the charge here. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Moss.
On the main question, while I admit my conduct could have been a lot better, so could others. Mr. Calipori's conduct, and certainly then Sergeant O'Neill's conduct for sure, as it was very unbecoming, to say the least. With that in mind, no neighbors complained.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you.
I said incorrect, where he said, while my conduct was bad, other people's conduct could have been better. You mean the neighbor who was basically not speaking to you?
Cleaning out his truck, washing his hands, that guy?
Yeah. Or the officer that was simply trying to talk to you and you kept yelling and making chicken noises.
This is the famous, I know you are, but what am I defense?
Yeah, it's like his conduct was so unbecoming, they promoted him to lieutenant.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
Whatsoever about this, and as it states in the ordinance, basically without a complaint, there is nothing regarding that other than the fact that it was some loud noise during the day, which was not disruptive to anybody. And Mr. Calipori was had a chance to go back to his own house if he felt.
All the guy did was shut his car door.
The wife, there's no reports of me doing. The wife literally called the police on you.
Yep.
For doing exactly what the ordinance says you should not be doing.
Yep.
The fuck? Like.
That it was disturbing him instead of being in front of mine. Thank you.
Okay. The court will note that in viewing the video, I found it quite disturbing, quite frankly.
It was very disturbing.
And Mr. Moss, while you acknowledge that your behavior could have been a bit different, you also, on that day, you also stated that Mr. Calipori's conduct could have been a bit different. What I saw with my own eyes on your recording was that Mr. Calipori exercised great restraint. He did not raise his voice one time, not even when you were making chicken noises at him and talking about the song that you made. And you came out of your home with the video because you heard doors closing on his truck. So for that, you stated your testimony, your statement in the video, which has been offered and accepted, or offered and admitted as defense exhibit A, was that you came out and you started recording as soon as the doors slammed. The ordinance indicates noises such as shouting, singing, or whistling, or noises accompanying loud, boisterous, or vulgar conduct, or noises produced by playing or operating a musical instrument, radio, television, stereo, disc, tape, sound system, or any other instruments or devices, whether amplified or otherwise, at a time, place, or manner, so as to unreasonably annoy or disturb the quiet, comfort, or repose of any person in the vicinity or hereby prohibited. I would submit to you, sir, that making loud chicken noises out by Mr. Calipori's truck was clearly unnecessary and an unreasonable annoyance and disturbing of the quiet comfort or repose of himself as he was there at his truck. And then he went on to talk about his backside, how he should pull his pants down to moon people, how then talking something about his truck, how he's got a different color hood. All of that was unnecessary. Whether or not that would be considered a violation of the ordinance, I'm not going to that extent. I'm stating to you, absolutely unnecessary. And then to go and pick up a piece of bark and put it back on his property, why? Why? It's very trivial, very petty, very immature conduct. Clearly, you have an issue with Mr. Calipori. And I know there's been a number of back and forth, many times you've been in this court, but from what I saw from that video, Mr. Moss, you invited trouble. And Mr. Calipori didn't buy into it. In fact, he even said he didn't have a problem with you. You have the problem with him. And you continued to harass and badger him. Your voice got very loud as you're singing, making the clucking noises, the chicken noises. And then as the officers got there, you immediately raised your level of volume. Whether it was Lieutenant O'Neill, then Sergeant O'Neill, or whoever it was. Even Officer Parker was speaking with you and you were getting loud. So the court finds that you're responsible for violating Ordinance 22-273. You originally were charged with disorderly conduct, and then that was dismissed, and then it was issued as unreasonable noise. I'm not really sure why that all happened, but it did. And so the court's going to find you responsible. What's the fine? 105 or 90? What is that? 90. $90, sir.
Thank you, Your
You have
Honor.
that paid today?
I do not.
Okay, when are you proposing to pay it?
I can pay half of it on Thursday and the other half of it next month at the same time. That's okay with the court.
All right, so next, this Thursday, the 30th?
Correct.
Okay, so then I'll indicate $45 by January 30th, and then $45, I know there's not a 30th.
By the end of February, it'll be fine.
But it could be February 27th would be the next Thursday, that last Thursday in February?
Whenever I get here in February, I mean, maybe before the end of the month, but want to make it the end of February.
I'll make it February 28th.
Okay.
I missed how much the fine was. I was having too much fun playing around with my avatar.
Yeah, I know. And nobody has any idea what. So if you guys are familiar with, his name's Hill Pirate Studios. Not to be confused with Cyrax, but they look like they could be twins.
I like to call
he's
them
the guy.
Sodomite sorority.
Yeah, he looks like Cyrax. His channel was built off the back of the very, I don't want to call him famous, but Chris Ryder, the woman beater. Chris Ryder, built their channel for them so they could, I don't know, go at the enemies that have caused Chris to lose his channel. And what they like to do is they like to take our thumbnail and face swap us, because that's really all they have.
Which was really hilarious in like 2017, by the way.
Yeah, it's just getting more and more just bad. Like I don't even know if they need to upgrade their software, but it's just bad.
So sad. So this is me with a mustache, with a goatee, I guess, a beard. Which, by the way, I still look better than any of them. As a man.
Like I said, I'm not kidding. If you guys go look up Hill Pirate Studios, he literally looks like Cyrax. So I don't know why he's trying to talk shit about other people, but
Yeah.
whatever.
All right, we have 2 seconds left in this, and then we can talk shit for a few
Okay.
minutes.
Appreciate that.
Okay, Mr. Moss, I would strongly encourage you. When you see Mr. Calipari, you park in front of your home, which anybody has the right to park in front of your home. It's a public street. It's a public street. And if anybody parks in front of your home, whether it's Mr. Calipari or otherwise, ignore it. Ignore it. They have the right to park anywhere on the street. You can park 5 houses down. Just because it's in front of your house doesn't mean it's only your spot to park. Okay? I'm just giving some suggestions so that perhaps it will reduce the amount of time that you're in court. And perhaps give you a little bit of peacefulness. All right, good luck to you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Yes, Your Honor. That concludes our document.
Okay, thank you.
Did he just shout out his YouTube channel?
Wait, did he go back? Because that would be some BSBT type nonsense. Who apparently the real BSBT is in chat.
Oh, hi BSBT.
So
How are you doing?
When you turning yourself in, bud? I know you still got that warrant. Now I have to.
All right, good luck to you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Yes, Your Honor. That concludes our document.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know what he said.
Oh no, I don't think so. So apparently, they all died on the plane. Had been given clearance to take off.
Yeah. Isn't that horrible?
Weapons has to go mod habitual line crossers Discord because of the plane crash.
Oh yeah. I don't think I'm in that Discord. Send me an invite.
I think I'm in that Discord.
Weapon, send me an invite to the Discord, please.
I don't think Josh is going to answer me about when he's going to turn himself in. He's been actively dodging that question for a year at this point.
Yeah. Has it been a year?
I want to say so. Doesn't he have a warrant in Michigan court? It's actually funny. He has a warrant out of the same court that Eric Martin is having so much trouble with. The good old 23rd District Court.
Yeah. It's out of
The
Taylor.
plane was a Bombardier CRJ 700 and the helicopter was a Sikorsky H-60.
So what was it, a military helicopter? Is that what I heard somebody say?
I mean, some people put that, but shit. I don't know. We were talking about UFOs for a second too, so I do not know.
Maybe it was a UFO. Possible UFO sighting.
Oh, dear God.
Plane crash. DC. Let's see what it says. I just want the facts. I don't want it live. I just want like a short news story with the facts.
All right. He sent you the link in Discord.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to turn himself in. Turning yourself in requires actually manning up and holding yourself to a higher standard. Josh doesn't know what high standards are.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the hotels that he's slumming it in. My man has no standards. Sikorsky is, in fact, I'm assuming that's supposed to say military, not military.
Here's a better view of the crash. Oh, yeah, you can see the helicopter going right. Yeah.
And yeah, that'll do it.
Oh.
The plane was arriving from Wichita.
Oh, that's horrible. This is so sad. Oh, man. If you all are the praying type of people, please pray for those people and the families of the people on board. I'd appreciate it. That's all I have tonight. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done as well. I was going to try to stay up and actually make that video about Eric Martin.
Yeah.
Because I've covered him in every other thing, but I am going to do that tomorrow.
I have you all rerouted.
I
have you all rerouted to GS's chat. If you want to stick around, I'll pop in there and chat a little bit as well. Do you have people rerouted anywhere?
I do not. I can.
Do you want to do that while I plug my stuff?
Oh yeah, go for it.
So coming
Ugh.
up on Sunday at 4:30 Eastern, I'm going to try to have the first part of the Jeffrey Hazelwood case up for you guys. Jeffrey Hazelwood is a guy who lived in my area. Very scary. He murdered 2 young people behind a public shopping center because he was insane. He also pled guilty, but mentally or guilty, like somebody would plead not guilty by reason of insanity. He pled guilty, but insane. So he didn't get the death penalty or whatever, which is a plea that I had never heard before, but it was a big deal around here. One of the kids who was murdered actually went to the same high school as Lake and Riley. And when you think about it, two teenagers getting murdered from the same high school within a matter of years apart seems very like bad luck, I guess. I don't know what it is, but I don't live in an area of the country that's very dangerous. So having 2 teenagers murdered from the same high school, I can't even imagine being a teacher there where you would have known both of those students. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be several parts. I did do a FOIA request. We have so much information on this one. It's going to be definitely more than one part, but I'm going to try to get the baseline of the case set up on Sunday and then maybe start with some of the police interviews. So, what do you have going
Just
on?
so you guys.
Wait, time out. Sorry, I forgot. Tomorrow I'm doing Many Such Cases with number 2. That's very important. Tomorrow, 8:00 p.m. tomorrow night, Many Such Cases. Number 2 will be back on my channel. And then Sunday. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. All I know is I'm going to the zoo.
Zoo.
That's all I got. Oh, I love the zoo. We have a membership to the zoo.
Do you?
Yeah.
I used to
We love
love
zoos
the
around here.
zoo. I used to love the zoo, and then I think maybe I became too soft. Like I feel bad for the animals. I watched that movie Blackfin with the whales. Have you seen that?
That's different.
I know it's different, but then I think about like elephants and like all of them. Like there's some animals that are fine in a zoo. You know what I mean? They're fine.
Personally, if I was an elephant, I would prefer not to be harassed by lions every day and have my baby elephant eaten by lions.
True.
Killer whale, you ain't got many predators out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
But
Erica brings up a good point. The Lake and Riley Act was passed today, I think it was.
I'm going to wait to talk about that until I get off stream because I have such hilarious things to tell you about it.
Okay.
Because I watched a few videos and some of the things are hilarious. But the video or the channel I was talking about was San Diego Webcam.
Oh.
And they're actually live right now.
Yeah.
But they have 58,000 subscribers. And they literally anything that is anywhere near San Diego that's ship related, they record it.
I actually, when we were visiting Camp Pendleton, back in, I don't know, 2010, 2011, we took a trip down to San Diego just to drive over that bridge. And it's the first time I've ever seen signs on a bridge for like suicide helpline signs. Apparently a lot of people jump off of that bridge. You know, I mean, if you've been to San Diego, I assume if you're in the Navy, like, oh, you haven't. Okay, never mind.
I was all East Coast.
Gotcha.
East Coast or deployment.
Yeah, Dave was West Coast with the Marine Corps. So we went down to whatever that training, I guess the Marine Corps boot camp is in San Diego. So we went down there and saw graduation, which was fun. And we visited friends at Pendleton. So,
of course, Weapons has watched that channel before.
Of course,
I'm not. Probably. Well, it's Old Squishy Garden. It's actually funny. Probably funded by the Chinese government. They actually got a cease and desist from the Navy because they're like, y'all are like showing our ship movements.
Yeah.
Can you not?
Can you? Yeah.
But they were like putting webcams on like hotel walls.
Yeah.
To like do it, and the hotels were like, "Yeah, it's fine with us. We don't care." And the judge was just like, "I mean, it's not like the greatest thing, but legally, like, they can do it."
Yeah.
So those webcams are still up.
I think that you and Weapons and Mr. Zed need to get together. You all did a stream one time, the three of you, and I quite
did indeed.
enjoyed that. And I think you should do that again.
I'd
Just
be
a
down for that.
suggestion.
I would totally be down for that.
All right, I guess that's it. That's the stream. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys in GS's chat.
Yeah, my chat. Go over there, tell them I sent you. I don't know what the hell I'm doing tomorrow, or I don't. What is today? Tuesday, Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
Thursday, Friday. You guys will see something.
Yeah. Make sure you tell him that we sent you. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.